back-to-back World Series titles with a thrilling extra-inning win Saturday night in Toronto. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans.
The excitement is brewing, but when they won that game, you could hear it. I stepped outside to walk the dog afterwards, and you could hear it like all around. People were cheering. It was such a cool feeling, knowing that everybody was watching that game with you at the same time.
From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. A pair of consumer goods giants are combining forces. Business reporter Jason Brooks.
Kimberly-Clark, maker of Kleenex, Huggies, and other paper and hygiene products, is snapping up Tylenol maker Kenvue for $48.7 billion. Kenvue was spun off from Johnson & Johnson in 2022 and also includes brands like Listerine and Neutrogena. But its stock has lost nearly half of its value during the past 3 years, although Kimberly-Clark doesn't have a lot to brag about, with its stock also in the red over the past 3 years, and not including the double-digit plunge as investors reacted to the merger.
The Dow from Stifel's down 209 points to 47,353.
We have a nice couple of days coming up with above average temperatures both day and night. Plenty of sunshine in control this afternoon. And it's nice. Temperatures about 5 degrees above average with a high of 65. Tonight, clear, kind of cold again. Evening temperatures drop into the 50s quickly with the time change. 42 will do it for the overnight low. On Tuesday, mostly sunny and 69. Tuesday night, clear, warmer, 52 for the overnight low. And Wednesday, sunny and close to 70. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. We've got sun. It's 62. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Monday to everybody. Had to hack up something there.
Ooh.
But I pushed my off button because I'm a pro.
Yeah.
That's right.
Plus, we don't have working cough buttons.
Yeah, plus that.
Yeah, people get really excited about those cough buttons. Like,
Yeah.
guests will come in and be like, wow, so if I have to cough, I just hit this button. I'm like, yeah, go for it. Have
Yeah.
fun.
And your cough goes away.
It works.
Yeah.
I thought
tell
they
them,
didn't work.
tell them
They
it's
do
the
works.
button that makes them cough.
Yeah, see?
Careful not to touch it.
Well, it does work. Yeah.
They didn't work before. Good. Good. Now I know. I won't turn my mic off. Well, doesn't really matter.
You could also curse.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's a curse button.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Look out.
I don't even have one over here.
Because girls don't curse.
Or cough. It's not ladylike.
Man, am I the only one? You know how sometimes we go like, I can't believe it's Tuesday, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
I really mean this one. I swear to God, October felt like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it was a
100%.
short one.
Like, obviously I knew it was coming to an end because Halloween show and the whole bit. Like, I didn't think it was like October 8th. But that's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's my favorite month and it's just gone.
That's why it was fast.
Maybe.
Because you weren't suffering. You weren't like, can't wait for this to be over. It was just like, this is fun. Oh, no, it's over.
That could be. Although we suffered a bit. It was like 88.
Yeah, a little bit at the beginning, yeah. Not like July, though. You know, those $100 days. You're just like, it's like time moves in slow motion.
The good news is here at KMOX, we're past the heat and
oh my God,
nice and cool.
Everybody put your sweaters on.
Not concerned about heat here.
No.
We have to take a picture of that behemoth we have out there. I think it's the same one the NFL has, for real. It's like
it's one of those sideline coolers.
Enormous,
Yeah.
two enormous sideline coolers, because for the past 2 weeks now, the building at Park Pacific has been just running the heater nonstop. Mm-hmm. And for some reason in this room, Studio B for KMOX, it's way, way, way worse.
Yeah.
So,
And
Oh, man.
obviously, for studio purposes, you can't have opening windows. It's a soundproof room.
right.
So all of the windows are double pane glass, and
Yeah.
yeah. So there's no way to be like, just crack a window. Can't do it.
Although we have our door, this is studio open, our 800-pound door with a big giant fan blowing
Yeah.
in here.
I'm sure the newsroom loves that.
Yeah.
All of us being loud.
Right. Okay, I'm not even trying to be cute here. I really mean it. Is this daylight savings or is this normal time?
This is, I think,
This has to be
normal
daylight
time.
savings
I think it's
Okay,
normal.
well, Kevin and I said
because when
different
it gets
things at the same
when it
time.
gets darker. Right, we moved. Oh no, wait, no,
We
you're
ain't
right.
saving no
You're
daylight.
right.
This
You're
is
right.
normal
You're
time.
right. You're right. Daylight is for the summer. You're right.
Okay, so this is what most people want to stick with. Am I right?
Yeah, except it would still be a sunset later than now when you get to the summer, just not as late as it is in the summer.
Yeah, like it
Equinoxically.
might go down at like 8 instead of 8:30 or 9 or something like that.
Well, it would be.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Well, I don't think it would get that late. I think you'd be looking at 7.
Because we wouldn't have as much of a shock, right? We wouldn't have the shock of like last month it was sundown at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
and now it's sundown at 4:45.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, isn't the reason that we did it way back in the day was because it was better for farmers?
No, I just saw a thing about this.
Oh.
Now, they may have thought that,
Yeah.
but when they started it out, after a couple of seasons, the farmers hated it.
Oh.
And I'm not sure
All
exactly
right.
why,
All right.
but
So it was originally adopted to conserve energy by making better use of natural daylight, and it was first implemented by different countries during World War I. The goal was to shift the clock forward so that more people would be awake during the evening, reducing the need for artificial lighting.
wow, that's
Oh.
some social engineering.
Yeah, we didn't have AC back then, so that wouldn't have mattered.
Speaking of World War I knew this, but I was reminded of, I don't know why I had to tell you I knew it, like bragging about I knew some obscure fact. But I did know this, and I saw it last night on watching some TV, and I just thought it's so interesting how happenstance the world is. So World War I is generally blamed on Duke Ferdinand being assassinated.
Yes.
And within a couple weeks, World War I was on. And so a couple of guys were trying to assassinate him, and they threw a grenade at his car, but it bounced off. And so this one guy, I think his name was Princip something, or something Princip, and he just went to calm himself down and have a coffee. So he's at a coffee shop, and he's having a coffee, and Duke Ferdinand, just through pure happenstance, pulls up right outside his coffee place and stops. And this guy had a gun on him, and he's like, okay. So he just walked up. They still have his footprints there, like, painted or something where he stood, and just shot Ferdinand and his wife. And World War I.
Wow.
Just went to get a coffee.
There's a level of stick-to-itiveness
That you respect?
maybe you gotta hand it to.
So, wait a minute. So,
He saw his opportunity and he
was
thought,
that
well,
the same day?
Yes. It was like minutes later.
So, somebody throws a grenade at your car and you go for coffee?
No, they were leaving, but they got stopped by traffic or people.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't actually stop. They got stopped because of. Yeah,
They
okay,
were
okay.
stopped in their car.
Okay.
Yeah, Ferdinand wasn't
I'm
like, wow,
like-
that's crazy. Give
I'm
me
like,
give me
what
a
is
mochaccino.
happening? I knew people were tough in the early part of the
Pumpkin
20th
spice
century.
latte.
I knew people were tough back in the day, but damn, that's crazy.
Honey, I'm dying for a scone.
keep telling them, don't talk to me till I've had my coffee.
That's part of it is like I knew cafes and stuff existed back then, but just, the phrase like I went in to get a coffee, that feels very 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a
I
very
need a
millennial move
pick-me-up.
of old Duke Ferdinand.
Yeah.
I used my Starbucks mobile app to order
What
ahead.
I would give for some avocado toast right now.
Except back then they paid like 14 cents for it.
Yeah. I remember when White Castles were cents. Yeah.
That sounds
Oh, yeah.
great.
35 cents, something like that.
I'm trying to remember. I think in high school for us, they were like 50 cents and then 60 for the cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 49 and 59. That's what tacos were at Taco Bell.
Franz Ferdinand had a crazy mustache.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That was a mustachy era.
Sure was.
Well, now I gotta go look at this.
Lots of
It looks
swoops.
like one you would get at like a costume store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like if you Googled like silly old mustache, that's what would come up. Like exactly in the dictionary, that photo.
Hey, good news. I found a book that I'm a third of the way through.
Oh, what is it?
I stuck to it. It's called Buffalo Hunter Hunter.
Oh, I love that book. I read it.
Wow, way to steal his thunder.
Jeez, oh, Pete, this guy, it's all about him, isn't it? No, I'm glad you did.
It's excellent. Stephen Graham Jones, he's great.
Yeah, so it's basically a Native American who was turned into a vampire in the mid-1800s, making his confession to a clergyman in 1912. And, so I'm into it, and I'm reading. It's a real physical book, which I've decided is my way to go. And this is just the most Dave thing ever, which drives Maureen crazy, that I finally found a book I like. And then yesterday I decided I bought a little book light.
Fun.
And I decided I needed a bookmark because nothing else will work to save your page except a bookmark.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went to Amazon where we, of course, share, the account. So we can all see everything everyone's buying and or looking for, I found out. And so I bought a $7.99 bookmark and then paid $2.99 to have it overnighted.
Yeah, you got to have it now because otherwise you got to keep replacing the book.
Thank you.
You can't just keep putting it face down.
And she was like, you really needed that, like, today?
Is it like a nice metal one?
No.
Oh, okay.
What is it?
I don't know. It's like a Japanese theme or something. It's the first thing I saw.
He said metal. I thought heavy metal. I'm like, Dave got Metallica.
Yeah.
Well, don't act like we're crazy for asking what the bookmark is. You did pay $3 so that you could get it overnighted.
And it was $7, which seems like a higher end.
Really?
Now, I don't know what
Yes.
bookmarks cost. I only read ebooks. I don't read physical books because I feel like my eyes are melting when I look at them.
See, that's funny. I recently downloaded a book to read on my phone, and then I was like, I am defeating the purpose of me reading a book because,
Now you're looking at your phone.
well, yeah, like the book is supposed to be the time away from the screens, and now I'm looking at a screen to read, and so I've been walking across the street to the library lately.
There you go.
Getting a nice physical book to read.
I should be looking at reading books as time away from the screen. And instead, I've just been looking at it more as like new and unique ways to utilize screen. New and exciting ways to participate more in screen.
How's that bookmark work, though?
Haven't put it in the book yet.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so what's holding your place?
And it's still folded over
Yeah.
because it just got there today.
Oh, I get you. So, but it's like you got it dog-eared or you just leave the book
dog-eared.
open?
No, dog-eared.
Okay.
Can't leave the book open because you see that fan right there?
Yeah.
I got one just like it blowing on me when I'm sitting on the couch.
Gotcha.
So it keeps closing the book.
Oh, I just figured you like lay it face down, open, and it just kind of.
I don't have that kind of brain.
But then you
Wheels.
ruin the spine doing that, so maybe that's not a great idea.
Could be. Oh, I have a couple good questions for you guys when we come back. Let me tell you about Bethesda Terrace. So Bethesda has hired me after our long relationship, a year and a half, with my mom being at Bethesda and me doing No One Dies Alone. They have many, many communities. Some are skilled nursing, some are assisted living. Then they have 7 communities around town, which are just communities, like apartment buildings for people my age and up who are tired of doing housework and yard work and garages and all that kind of stuff. And you just want to live simply by yourself, with your spouse, with a roommate. And Bethesda Terrace is in Oakville, 146 welcoming apartments with housekeeping and maintenance provided, set on 10 acres, including a dog park and private courtyard with walking path and soothing water features. Choose 2 meals per day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, served restaurant style. If you are interested in Bethesda Terrace in Oakville, down in South County, call 314-375-1070, or you can visit BethesdaHealth.org, where you can also check out the other 6 communities.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
For 100 years, KMOX has been part of St. Louis. Now, Together Credit Union is helping celebrate that legacy. Starting in November, visit any Together Credit Union branch to pick up a KMOX 100th anniversary commemorative ornament for just $5 while supplies last. Each ornament supports Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis. Together Credit Union, honoring 100 years of KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, and Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis, improving the health of all children.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/life.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
Hey, it is Proud St. Louis and Andy Cohen here wishing the voice of St. Louis, KMOX Radio, a happy 100th birthday.
Welcome back, DGS 121. Lots of people on the stream today. Kitty says you could visit your local kindergarten classroom and make a bookmark for free. Thank you, Kitty. That hurts.
I wonder if they give them out at the library.
Probably.
You could also just use like a piece of paper.
You know this.
No, and look, there are people that like bookmarks.
I do too. I love, when I was a kid, I would get bookmarks all the time from Walden Books at the Alton Square Mall because they were like $2 or $3 and you could get really pretty, really cool ones. So I totally support you getting a bookmark, just also offering some alternative options.
Doesn't feel like you're supporting me right now.
If you're in a pinch, a piece of paper will work.
I'm just shocked to hear at how hard inflation has hit the bookmark industry. That's $7.99 seems like a lot. I mean, if that's what the market price is, that's what you're going to pay.
Have you seen greeting card prices lately?
I thought I got a pretty good deal.
No, I avoid buying cards.
I do too. I checked them out the other day and I was like, $7. Nope.
That's a
I'll
cheap
just
one,
text
dude.
you.
Seriously.
The papyrus ones, which are the nice ones, those start at like $9.99.
That's wild.
You're getting a text. You're not getting a card.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I opted out of the card thing a long time ago. Just like, I can't, 15, 20 years ago. Like, why?
It's not true. If it comes from Phoebe, I value everything. But from anyone else, unless you write something in my card, I really don't care about that card. The fact that you spent $7 or $9, now, don't get me wrong, it's a nice thought. But like something really personal, like if someone's like, I love you, whatever it is, like I want to see it in your handwriting. You guys agree? Disagree?
Yes.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. The little writing on the inside that's like a friend on Christmas is when their soul is on your heart or what. Like,
You missed your calling, man.
Yeah, boy.
Seriously.
I'm going to fund you, and we're going to take over Hallmark.
That's what we should do for OFS this year. Make a certain donation, and we'll get you an Andrew Stoll.
Yeah, I will write you. I will write you an off-the-top poem
A
that
custom
you
greeting card.
will love.
Sometimes when I think
Many Christmases agree.
Okay, I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Have you seen this story about the guy who wrote Dilbert?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott Adams.
Yeah, Scott Adams. So my understanding is that Scott is dealing with prostate cancer, and it moved to his bones, and he's kept it secret. And now he says he's not doing well, and he can feel himself fading. And Kaiser Drug has some drug that won't save him, but it could prolong his life. But they're being kind of shifty and not giving him his drug. So he went on social media and reached out to Donald Trump and RFK Jr. to see if they can call Kaiser and get them to make him an appointment so he can get his drug on Monday, today, I guess. And so people are having very different, and Trump and RFK are like, buddy, we're going to get it to you today. You just hang out. We love Dilbert. I don't want to see the man die. I don't want to see the man suffer, but it's poking something in me about just like, oh, okay, so that's what you do.
Yeah.
Well, because the average American is never going to get this sort of special treatment. And look, none of us are dumb. We all know these types of things happen. That's why rich and famous people aspire to become rich and famous people, so that you develop these types of connections. And when you really need something, you have a powerful friend who will come through for you. I'm not going to pretend like I don't know that happens. What is something that kind of hits on the whole, like, I don't really like this, is the fact that it's playing out publicly. And it's like, look at this. We're saving the Dilbert guy. Again, great. I want him to get the health care he needs. But he's obviously receiving special treatment. And that special treatment is because of where he falls politically. I don't know that like a hardcore Joe Biden supporter could tweet or truth or whatever and ask for the same thing and receive the response of like, we're on it. We're getting you in on Monday. It's just kind of a blatant like, this is our friend who does what we like, so we're going to help our friend. And yeah, I get why that would rub people the wrong way. To have that play out so publicly and so blatantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a case where being on the right team is getting you benefits. Because if that was the same person, someone writes that same thing on Twitter who is either an independent or a Democrat or whatever, do you think you're getting an answer? Do you think you're getting an answer if you're not famous, even if you are a Trump voter? Do you think if you're a regular person in St. Louis or anywhere in Missouri and you're not getting what you need and you could just go to tweet at one of those people and they're going to help, you think they're going to personally help you if you're not a famous person worth millions of dollars who's very clearly been a public supporter, which again, all right, fine. You can have your politics, but like the part about it is that's privilege helping privilege again. Which is the problem.
Yeah, like Rach says, I hadn't really thought about it like that, but I guess you're right. I would completely expect this to happen. And if I were in that position, I'm going to reach out to the most famous, powerful person I can to try to live a little longer. That's not my problem. But just seeing it play out so publicly with such enthusiasm, like, oh, buddy, we got you. We're on it. And you think of all the millions and millions of people, some of whom don't even have food right now, or health care, or going through health care problems like you have, Andrew. Yeah, it just kind of feels off.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great if every time, somebody in my family had some kind of a problem, I could just put out a tweet to Trump and be like, man, I could really use some help. And Trump's like, you got it. No, the president of the United States goes, you got it, man.
to tell you guys about Triton Exteriors. There may be need for Triton coming up because November we usually get some pretty good storms blowing through. Now, if you had James Hardy and Smart Siding, you wouldn't have to worry about storms because we're not going to get a storm here in St. Louis unless a tornado hits you that's going to impact that siding. It's never moving an inch. We do roofs, we do siding, we do gutters, we do fences. We are number one without even a close second when it comes to hospitality and customer service because Tim, the owner, spent about 20 years in the high-end restaurant business, and so that's just the way he operates. Everything is yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. They're going to be out there that first day, going to get you taken care of as quickly as they can. If they say it's going to be Wednesday, it's going to be Wednesday. 314-717-1159, Triton-STL.com.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey. I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's take a moment and check in with Dave Murray's weather forecast.
We are rolling into the first week of November, and our weather's pretty nice for this time of year with above average temperatures. This time of year, average temperatures, the high around 60, the low 40, and we are above that this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, 65. Tonight, clear and cold with the time change. Temperatures drop very quickly now. For evening plans, evening temperatures will drop into the 50s and 42 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny and 69. Wednesday, sunny and near 70. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
This report is sponsored by Metro Transit.
Looks like autumn has arrived, and all fall long, a Metro Transit Day Pass is still just $5, which makes you just one click away from your one-day mental health fall getaway. Plan your trip at metrostlouis.org.
Tom Ackerman for Busey Bank and Building Community, proudly recognizing the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County. Known as CASTLE, the agency is one of a network of community action agencies coming together to transition people out of poverty towards self-sufficiency. CASTLE serves 44,000 people in St. Louis County every year. Learn more about the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County at caastlc.org. That's caastlc.org.
This is Blake Trevunza, Commercial Relationship Manager at Busey. The Community Action Agency of St. Louis County, also known as CASTLE, helps people move from crisis to stability. With housing, food, health, legal aid, education, and more, CASTLE empowers families to break the cycle of poverty. Take action yourself and find out more about CASTLE, the Community Action Agency of St. Louis County. That's what building community is all about. Join Busey. Get involved as we continue building the communities we call home.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our firm handles hundreds of crash cases involving semi-trucks every year. A crash case involving semis is much different, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can leave lots of money on the table. Many times there is separate insurance for the cab and for the trailer. Sometimes there are actually layers of other insurances and excess insurance that some lawyers may not know about because they don't see that many cases. We see these cases every day. Also, there are federal laws governing the hours a driver may drive in a 24-hour period and logs that are required. A crash case involving a semi-truck is a totally different animal than a simple car crash. We have lawyers who only handle these cases. It's all they do. Rolling the dice with the wrong law firm can be disastrous. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law, pound 529. It's so easy.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The Billikens play here.
The Billikens men's team kicks off the season tonight against Southeast Missouri. Pregame 6:45, tip at 7.
Billikens basketball on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. My next guest is Rick Schuler, who, gosh, when did we have Rick on? Year ago? Something like that?
Yeah, roughly a year, I think.
And Rick is a John Denver tribute artist and an archaeologist and really interesting dude. And he is going to be at the Factory on December 21st at 3 p.m. Doors are open at 2 p.m. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster. And Rick joins us now. Rick, good to talk to you again, my friend. How are you?
Hey, Brother Dave. I'm doing fantastic, man. How y'all doing?
Everything's good. We can't complain, man. Things are good here at the Dave Glover Show. So catch us up. What's been going on the past year?
Oh, my gosh, man. Just lots of stuff. Lots of shows. We had a wonderful spring tour. We got a big Christmas tour coming up. We just did a big show in Nashville with my string ensemble and Mr. Bill Lenahan, my musical conductor and director. And, oh, my gosh, we did that Saturday night and brought the house down, man. When the strings came in, I almost cried. It was so beautiful.
That's awesome.
And, yeah, I got 44 more shows to go.
Woo! My gosh, that's a tour. I don't even think I asked you this, Rick, last time you were on, because we all just accept it as empirical fact. But why do you think it is that John Denver still today makes such an impact?
That's a really awesome question, man. I mean, this is just one of the most beautiful things. I mean, the longing for home, the longing for love, and the longing for God through nature really are hit. Those themes resonate so beautifully in John's hit songs, Rocky Mountain High, Country Roads, Annie's Song, all these beautiful songs. And really, they resonate in every culture, and regardless of how old people are or their language or their creed. It's just an incredible. The number one song in China is Country Roads in English.
Wow. And
yeah.
You think about it, I mean, it's a tragedy anytime creative artist dies too early, but decades of music we could have had if John hadn't died so early.
Yeah, it's a funny thing because perspective is really everything, as you know. That's one of the things we love about archaeology. It gives us perspective on things. But music is like an archaeology of personal history with people. Everything revolves around sense memory with these songs. I mean, people have been named their children after many of these songs. It's crazy how beautiful this music is and how timeless, and really it just resonates with people so beautifully.
Rick, speaking of archaeology, I want to get to that in a second, but Rachel here in the show, who you remember, brought up an interesting question last week that maybe you can answer. She said, what is the time limit on digging somebody up? Like, my dad died 20 years ago. If you dig him up, you're a grave robber. But if he died 800 years ago, it's cool.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be. I would guess it would probably be almost a millennia, right? And if you get 2 millennia or more, man, you're really a rock star, literally.
So our mutual friend Julie Lally says that you've been on some dig that's really cool. How much can you talk about?
Well, it's kind of funny. I told her I could paint around the edges on that, for all kinds of reasons, security reasons included. Yeah, so there's a new dig we want to do, and I'd like to invite you on it with me. It'll be awesome. It's probably the most like Indiana Jones that we've ever done. And I've got a whole bunch of friends. One of my buddies, I won't name him, but he's an Israeli archaeologist, and he's part of our team. And he told me about a room that they found with a famous Christian matriarch. And I think it was like one of the Marys. I think it was Mary Magdalene or something like that. But it was a room filled with stuff that was just unbelievable. They hadn't published it yet, but that's the kind of stuff, we're going to be digging in the West Bank area somewhere. It's a tell, and it's I don't know if you're familiar with tells, but they're famous. They're stratifications and levels of stratifications of different civilizations where they build upon the foundations of the prior civilization, and you go through these strata, and you can just find all kinds of stuff. I mean, incredible stuff. And there's an ancient king that we're particularly looking for, and Dr. Price thinks he knows who that king is. And I'll see him in Waco, actually, and find more information. But I'm sworn to secrecy, but, you don't have to torture me. I mean, I'd sing like a bird if I had to, but,
Very
but
cool.
it's to say the least, dude, you want to be on this. It'll be cool.
Boy, that would cap off the legend, wouldn't it? If I found something, right?
Yeah,
or
man.
like if we found something and I broke it, that would just be.
Yeah. You know what they tell me is that we use pickaxe. So typically, what we do is the top level soil. We typically use metal detectors, like on the plateau of Qumran, where we dug for the first 10 years. We would use metal detectors to go through the topsoil. And then after you get through the topsoil, then you break out the pickaxes because you're not worried about breaking anything. And I was telling one of the guys, the Israeli archaeologist, Yaakov Coleman, and I said, hey, Yaakov, what if I break something, because we found that wine jug that you probably saw a picture of, and that thing didn't have a scratch on it. And I said, man, what if I break something? He goes, break it. We'll fix it.
Nice. I'm not going to worry about it then. That date for Rick is December 21st at 3 p.m. at the Factory. Just go ahead and get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or at thefactorystl.com. KMUX listeners can use promo code MOUNTAIN to save half off. Rick, I plan on seeing you that day, and we'll talk about doing a dig together.
Yeah, dude, and would love to have you introduce me on stage if you'd like that.
That's very cool. Awesome, man. Thank you. All right, buddy. Take care.
Okay, man. Nice to see y'all. Nice talking to you.
See you, Rick.
Look at you. You going to do it like Michael Buffer style?
I should have introduced John Denver in character as Bob Denver.
Close
And
relation.
then just act like I made a giant mistake.
Oh, my God. Would that be great?
Ladies and gentlemen, the number one Gilligan in person. What?
No, don't do that. But go on the dig, though.
Yeah, it's kind of a once in a lifetime thing,
That
right?
stuff sounds like fun, man.
Although I'm kind of a chicken. Like,
oh, I get you.
Going to the West Bank, like we have friends who go to Israel all the time, and I'm sure it's safe. But like when you're watching it on TV, I don't know.
I get you. I think you'd be okay though. I don't think they would be doing the archaeological dig there if it was like a danger.
Rach, you gonna say something?
I think you would be perfectly safe. It's just I do think it would be somewhat of a rough trip, like you know, long flight, and then it doesn't seem like you're staying at the Four Seasons. Like you'll probably be camping and digging all day, and it's like
after 12 hours, I'd be like, this sucks.
I mean, I'm just saying to consider everything.
I'd be like, I found something. Then they'd check and be like, no. I found something. No,
He's
once
like, wow,
again.
this is so weird. I found this watch.
What is this?
This
I found this thing. I can just go home now, right?
Oh, it's just a
I
rock.
found something.
So we get to leave as soon as we find a vase. This is what you're telling me. Did you guys hear that? See, I had forgotten that Amazon owns Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And so now they're doing the Amazonification of Whole Foods. Have you heard about this?
Mm-mm.
Like, if you go to a Whole Foods traditionally and you're looking for some Diet Pepsi, you're out of luck.
Right.
They're going to have some sort of fancy cola, but they're not going to have Pepsi. I guess that wasn't working. So Bezos said, okay, let's put Pepsi in the back, and then we'll have robots that you can say, I'd really like some cherry Diet Pepsi, and the robot will go back and bring it out to you.
Why can't they just put it on the shelves?
I guess they don't want to piss off the people who want to shop somewhere where they don't have Diet Pepsi.
Well, yeah. I'm a little confused by this. If you're a hardcore Whole Food shopper, you probably are looking for like the organic that they want. They don't want the Diet Pepsi.
And I don't even think they want to see it.
Exactly. So you're pandering, in this case, to people who don't normally shop at Whole Foods, and you're going to have to kind of change the entire brand to get them. But are you going to be able to hang on to the folks who are like, I'm here for organic stuff.
See, this is one of the things I haven't spent any time of my life wishing I could be a Whole Foods guy, because that's one trip to the West End away. But when I have gone in the past, I'm like, I don't belong here. I'm from South Roxana. You're right. Like,
I just don't like. So, how is this not just completely offensive to the quote unquote Whole Food shopper when you're basically treating them like they're stupid?
I think it is.
Like, if you don't see it, it's not really there. Like, I don't think that's gonna work. I think if it bothers someone that stuff exists, it's gonna bother them whether they can see it or not. Just knowing that you're selling it, unless you're treating them all like idiots, in which case I'd be insulted by that.
Yeah, that's why they're having so much trouble. Is people are like, wait a second, it's like Bezos just wants our money. He's playing both sides of this thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's not doing that. Come on.
Be kind of cool to have a robot go get your Pepsi.
I'd be fine with that.
I'd suck because it's going to take longer than it should.
He's right. It would take forever.
And I got to, what do I do? Does it find me or do I got to stand in one spot and wait for it?
Wait a second. There's a possibility that a robot can go back and bring you Diet Pepsi, and you're like, what if I have to wait 3 more minutes?
Is it going to bring me 4
because
6-packs of it?
I get where he's coming from. Because at every other store, you could just go, here it is, and grab it off the shelf. I don't need a robot involved.
It's right near other
Having
stuff.
a robot involved actually makes it less cool.
If I'm buying some Gillette shaving cream and it's out of stock, and I can either buy the next best option or have a robot go get it for me,
well, then the robot's a better option.
Yeah, but if they got it in the back, just put it out front.
If it's in the back, put it out front.
That's why the whole thing is a little silly. If you're looking for Diet Pepsi, you don't go to Whole. Like that's where it just all comes back to. Like, so what's going on again? What is the point of any of this? Seems really dumb. Do you guys ever see Tally, the robot, when you're shopping at Schnucks?
Yes, and I'm intimidated.
I don't know if I've seen it.
I usually speak to Tally, and then I feel like a huge loser every time I do. No, of course not. It's not a talking robot. I'll be like, oh, excuse me, as I'm like walking past. I have problems, dude. Like, if I have to squeeze past it, I always excuse myself.
Pardon me, Mr. Wacker?
What if you called him a clanker?
I don't use slurs. Why would I say that?
Gotta stay on their good side.
Yeah.
I'm even being nice to my toaster these days.
Oh, good job with the toast, buddy.
Yeah, I don't need any
Just
bad,
like I like
any
it.
bad stuff out there.
Well, you know it'll have a good memory.
I brought Andrew some Amish cinnamon bread today. Maureen and Nick and I went down to Soulard Market. First time I've been there in years. It's fantastic. And I saw an Amish guy, and I was smitten. So I bought a pumpkin pie, a cherry pie, a bag of chocolate chips, and some cinnamon bread. But then we're talking about, can you toast it?
Yeah.
Well, it's Amish.
Just gotta be
Might
careful.
Not be I guess you could do it over the fire.
Do it over the fire.
You could.
You know what the play
Candles.
is?
In a saucepan.
You do. Yeah, you do it right in the frying pan. Throw a little butter down, and then you do it on one side, and then flip it. Oh, it's so
my dad once went to like an Amish grocery store that they were running, and it took a really, really long. It was when we were on vacation once, a couple of years ago, and he came back, and it had taken like several hours, and I'm like, what on earth happened? And he's like, they're like counting cash by hand and like tallying with abacus and handwriting receipts and stuff. It all took forever, and I was like, ugh.
That reminds me.
Nothing worth it.
Before my mom had her fall, when me and the kids took her to, not Casey's, Dollar General in South Roxana. And there's a big, long line. And my mom was trying to pay for her groceries. And she was, she had her wallet. And she's pulling out $2 bills and chewing gum and
$2 bills.
Just like, oh my God. So took care of that one. So guys, about the Gelman team, this time of year, it's about two things. One, if you are adventurous enough, brave enough that you are willing to look into selling your home during the fall and winter months, you could be handsomely rewarded, and the Gelmans would love to tell you their secret. And they always sell many, many houses during the fall and winter, and usually for a premium, because most realtors will pull their listings off the MLS and put them back out there in May. Second thing that this time of year is good for is that if you are thinking about a spring 2026 sale, this is not too early to meet with the Gelmans over the off season, the winter season. You're probably going to have a punch list of things that you need to do to get the full price, and Gelmans would love to work with you on that. If you want to find out what we think your house is worth right now, go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com. When you're ready to talk, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
Red Kingdom is back at FanDuel Sports Network Live in Ballpark Village. See every game on the largest screen in town. Don't forget about the $25 buckets, $5 cocktails, and the best tailgate food around. Grab your friends along with KMOX and huddle up for the games at the best watch party in town. If you can't make it, but don't want to miss a down, listen to the Chiefs on KMOX or KMOX on the Odyssey app. For more info, KMOX.com/events. If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
If you're one of the millions of Americans behind on your taxes, if you're afraid to open your mail because IRS collection letters could be coming, listen carefully. The IRS is cracking down, taking paychecks, freezing bank accounts, revoking passports. That's a fact. But here's what most people don't know. There are official tax relief programs designed to help struggling taxpayers. Programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Optima's award-winning team will fight to protect your paycheck, your passport, and your property. Their tax attorneys and licensed tax professionals will work tirelessly to get you the best deal possible with the IRS. Every day, penalties and interest keep piling up, so don't wait. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269. 800-348-0269.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Man, I love this album. This was like me coming out of my Beatles phase when I discovered Old Sammy. Yeah, this is good stuff. We're just talking about former, I believe, Fox 2 anchor Angie Mock. And I never met her. I do remember her. But if you can look her up if that doesn't ring a bell. I think you'll remember her face. But she's in jail because she killed her mother.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
She's accused of it, yeah. That's wild.
Crazy, right?
Because I think she was, when was the time frame she was here? Like, she was done here like a decade ago. Yeah, right?
Yeah, this article on people.com says she was here from 2011 to 2015. Fox 2.
Sad all the way around.
Very sad.
Did you guys see that for Halloween, Donald Trump, the leader of the country during a shutdown when people may not get SNAP benefits, had a great Gatsby party?
I saw the ladies in their little outfits doing a dance for everyone.
Yeah. Aren't we just living in the Great Gatsby now anyway?
Kind of redundant.
Like, we're all just going to keep on partying and taking more money, and y'all can just sit back and eat dirt.
A little bit.
What is it? I don't know. There's just, it's got to be an illness, right?
What's that?
Just being that rich. Like, it just has to be. Because it's like since the dawn of time, the people with crazy wealth just give zero craps about anybody else.
Well, it's because you have the human instinct to go and get yours, and then once you go and get yours, you're like, all right, I don't care about anybody else because I got mine.
Speaking of Halloween,
Selfishness.
You know who Julia Fox is?
Yes.
No.
Used to be Kanye's girlfriend.
No, but okay.
Just
Uncut Gems.
Just so she seems like eternally thirsty. You know, she wanted to be the next Kim Kardashian. She's not. She's not going to be. And for Halloween, she dressed up as Jackie O in a very, very perfect down to the last detail pink Chanel dress and little pillbox hat like when JFK was assassinated, and then splashed blood and brains all over her. And then there was, which I don't care how long it's been, come on. Like, I just don't think, right? Am I wrong? Am I being
too
prudish?
specific.
Okay, let me take up for Julia for a second here. I'm not saying that this makes it okay, but she said she wanted to wear this costume because of the statement that Jackie Kennedy made by refusing to change out of that outfit.
Boy, that's really, really in the weeds.
It is in the weeds. I'm just trying to offer somewhat of an explanation. It wasn't just like, haha, look, I'm Jackie O right after the president got shot. It was more like, yeah, this was an act of protest from Jackie Kennedy to remain clothed in this outfit that's covered in her husband's blood. She wanted people to see what had happened. Do I think you then turn around and turn that into a Halloween costume? No. But I get why she appreciates that initial statement from Jackie Kennedy.
And then there was I want to say a high school, could be a college, where 5 or 6 or 8 of the faculty dressed as Charlie Kirk, but instead of his white T-shirt that said freedom, it says problem solved.
Yeah, that was from a year ago.
Was it?
Yeah, people kind of banged on that. Like they have photos from 2024. So it went viral because people took it as this is Charlie Kirk, but this was actually done in 2024, and it was, I think, about like school violence.
Weird.
Something like that. I don't remember exact the purpose, but it was old and it got repurposed because, of course, the internet's the internet.
How weird that it's so close to what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
That's really chilling.
Yeah.
Ah.
It is. I was like taken aback when I saw it. I was like, whoa, that's pretty tasteless. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I mean, you could still think it's tasteless, but it was have to be for a very different reason if it was a calendar year ago.
Yeah. I'm excited to have Bernie on, talk about the World Series, talk about the offseason.
I got to tell you something. That World Series was amazing, even though the wrong team won. But it had literally a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, Yamamoto started Game 6 and got the win. And the next day came back and pitched 3 innings and won the game again.
People are saying that Page's catch could be the best catch of all time.
It was amazing. It was amazing. You know, the crazy thing, though, is the Blue Jays lost by 1.5 inches because of bad base running.
Yes.
Bad base running.
It's the Medicare Advantage annual enrollment period, and Humana knows not everyone has the same needs when picking a Medicare Advantage plan.
Now that I'm retired, I want to enjoy the life I've worked hard to build. So I want a plan that covers me when I'm traveling the country.
Humana has a plan for that.
As a veteran, I want a plan that fills in the gaps my VA coverage doesn't provide, like dental care.
Humana has a plan for that.
I feel good about my health. I just want care and coverage with predictable costs. No surprises.
Humana has a plan for that. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you get coverage and benefits that focus on what matters most to you. Learn more at gethumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Tell you guys about Neovitin. Been doing Neovitin now for about as long as they've been in operation. Tommy and his dad came to me those many years ago. They were in 1 or 2 mom and pop pharmacies with Neovitin, the multivitamin, and we hatched a plan together, the 3 of us, to get them into Schnucks. and they went into Schnucks and Dierbergs and all the local companies. Then they went regional. Then they went into Illinois. Then they went into Iowa. And now they are, by all practical purposes, a national company. I can tell you from my time with Schnucks, with my Foxpaw company that fixed phones, and later with Walmart, that you don't get into these places at all unless you're really good and you can make them money. And the way they make money is by moving product off the shelves. People buy Neovitin week after week, after month, after year, after decade, and they wouldn't do that if it weren't helping them. So it's all of the nutrients and multivitamins and antioxidants that our doctors think that you need, none of them that you don't. Again, you can find it at neovitin.com or go to your local Schnucks store.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts, or store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/life.
Hi, Debbie Monterey here with Gloria Liu, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. We've worked together for more than 5 years, and I've learned a lot about you and your business. Today, I actually found out a few things I didn't know, like your home sales stats. Compared to the average agent who sells less than 4 to 6 homes a year, you actually sell a home just about every other day. And even more impressive, your business has been built on giving back to our local community, including supporting St. Louis Children's Hospital.
Thank you. Every business should have a Go Serve Big initiative. When someone makes a referral, they're helping our communities, including St. Louis Children's Hospital, which is very special to me and my family because they helped me when I had my son many years ago. Today, sellers want to sell with certainty in this uncertain market. My upfront written guarantees are my secret to selling your home fast and for top dollar.
Friends, the secret is out. Call Gloria now at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, it's sunny and 63 degrees downtown at the Arch. Some SNAP benefits will continue after 2 legal rulings.
President Donald Trump's administration says that it will now partially fund the SNAP food aid program during the government shutdown. 2 federal judges ruled last week that the government was required to keep the program running, but both rulings gave the administration leeway to either pay for the program entirely or partially. The process of loading SNAP cards, which involves steps by state and federal government agencies and vendors, can take up to 2 weeks in some states. The average monthly benefit is usually about $190 per person. That amount will now be reduced. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
People's Health Centers are providing 100 hot meals tomorrow on Del Mar.
In Missouri, there are 600,000 recipients of SNAP benefits, and of that, 300,000 are children. Dr. Griffin says the People's Health Center also operates a food pantry 5 days a week.
Every other Friday, we do a food giveaway from 10 to 12 at our 5701 Del Mar campus. Every Thursday, we have the Metro Mart that comes in. We incentivize folks and we give them vouchers to get fresh fruits and vegetables. This is something that we do on an everyday basis.
But Dr. Griffin says because of the overwhelming numbers that will be affected by this uncertainty with SNAP benefits, it will take more than the People's Health Center to sound the alarm. Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
The shutdown is having a big impact on air travel, with half of the 30th busiest airports dealing with a shortage of air traffic controllers, and there are signs it could get worse. Transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve.
What's different this time is we're seeing those air traffic control staffing issues occurring almost randomly across the country. Secretary Duffy, the transportation secretary, is warning delays could get worse, and this is what that could look like for flyers across the country.
A police pursuit of a stolen vehicle ended with a violent crash.
The mangled remains of a stolen vehicle being pulled from Vin Chop Suey after leading police on a pursuit, continuing to drive away from them after being spike stripped and eventually crashing into the building. Right next door is a St. Louis City firehouse, and Fire Captain Andrew Hesse was inside and describes the sound of the accident.
Almost like a building collapse, like a building coming down, because that's basically what happened on that Delta side wall. All the bricks are all collapsed.
There was only one occupant of the vehicle, the driver, who was transported from the scene. In the building that was crashed into, the only injury was to someone in the kitchen, and that was because they got cooking oil splashed on them. In Baden, Sean Malone, KMOX News.
From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. OpenAI is tapping Amazon's massive cloud operations to handle the ChatGPT creators' increasing workloads. Business reporter Jason Brooks.
In the latest eye-opening AI infrastructure deal, OpenAI says it will purchase $38 billion worth of data center capacity from Amazon using NVIDIA's processors. OpenAI at first will use existing Amazon data centers, with Amazon eventually building out that capacity for OpenAI, which has been on a spending spree of late, having announced agreements with NVIDIA, Oracle, Broadcom, and Google, totaling a combined $1.4 trillion. San Francisco-based OpenAI had an exclusive cloud agreement with Microsoft until earlier this year.
Dow from Stifel's down 209 points to 47,353. Got a stalled vehicle 55 north before Butler Hill. That's got the left lane closed. Looking at the camera, 55 north at Merrimack Bottom. Looks like there's a lot of smoke in that area. We've got a stalled vehicle 6440 east at Hampton. That's got the right shoulder closed.
We are rolling into the first week of November, and our weather's pretty nice for this time of year with above average temperatures. This time of year, average temperatures, the high around 60, the low 40, and we are above that this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, 65. Tonight, clear and cold with the time change. Temperatures drop very quickly now. For evening plans, evening temperatures will drop into the 50s and 42 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny and 69. Wednesday, sunny and near 70. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We've got sunshine and 63 degrees at the moment. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has brought cheers to their fans for decades with the best styles, cutting-edge tech, and good old family values. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER. RENNER.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
.205 DGS. Happy Monday to you. Hope you guys enjoyed the Halloween show last Friday. We're going to do a little more work on it. Rachel's going to do a little more work on it. And we're going to put some video and some more commentary out for you this week. So look for that coming. Oh, Rach, you are getting spam calls?
Yeah, and I saw Wheels sent us a screenshot of the tons of spam calls he was getting this weekend. This morning, I was getting a ton of spam calls, but they all had a 618 area code. So I'm like, well, I mean, I guess I'll answer and see what's up. And both times, okay, so the first time it was someone who was claiming to be with AT&T wanting to give me a 30% discount on my bill for the next 3 years because I'm such a good customer and I always pay my bill on time. And I was like, great, why don't you send me an email from the official AT&T account and then we'll get the ball rolling. Well, he didn't want to do that, so I hung up on him. Because it wasn't actually AT&T. It's someone trying to like verify my information.
Right.
And get my
What's your
stuff.
credit card number? What's your social security? Yeah.
And then the second one that I answered was obviously an AI woman talking to me and being like, Rachel, but just the way she was talking, the way her tone sounded, I was like, okay, these are AI prompts that are happening. And I ended up, hanging up on them pretty quickly too. But then I was like, oh no. What if they just called me so they could get a sample of my voice and then use that to manipulate the people in my life? And then I thought, well, they have plenty of access to recordings of my voice, so I guess it's best to not worry about it. But I don't know. When the spam call has the same area code as your phone number.
Yeah.
How are they allowed to do that? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I agree.
I got, let's see, over the weekend, so starting Friday night, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, probably 12 spam calls, all from the 636 area code, which is not my area code.
But it's still going to make you take pause and go like, oh, maybe this is someone whose contact I don't have saved.
All of them have the same 720 first 3 numbers. And then the last 4 are all just randomly different. They're all just... So I don't know how this works. I don't know if this is a hacked thing where they're just putting in fake numbers even though that's not it, or if somebody's actually signed up for these numbers and they got all the 720 numbers and that's what they're... I don't know, but somebody's got to be able to do something about this kind of nonsense. I mean, because you can't block it because it's going to come in as a different number the next time.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, and my philosophy is basically if it's somebody that is a human or is calling me for professional reasons, it's a doctor's office or whatever, they'll leave me a message.
Yes.
Not answering.
It's true.
And if you don't leave me a message, come on, it's on you.
What do you need a ruling on, Rach?
Okay, so there was an HOA, and this is a Halloween story. I know Halloween's over, but it's still on the, the scuttlebutt could still be about Halloween. There's an HOA telling its residents that Halloween is restricted to the kids who live there. So they even set up like a checkpoint at the beginning of the neighborhood.
Wow.
And they're going to check your car and make sure you actually live in that neighborhood in order for your kids to go and partake of the trick or treat. I'm assuming it's a more upscale place and people are giving out the big candy bars and what have you. And so people hear about that. They want to get to the good neighborhood, so they drive in. But this neighborhood is saying, nope, it's just for our kids. What do you guys think about something like that?
I kind of get it. I don't know that I would do it, but I get it. Like, if I were that HOA, I don't think I'd be worried about enforcing it too much. But I get what they're doing.
First of all, HOAs are the devil.
Yeah.
HOAs suck. And people who volunteer for them, I have found, typically suck. That being said, I understand, like, I get it, but I also would rather give out too many large-size Hershey bars in my $3 million house, if that's what it is, than be like that.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, Dave, is it's like you've reached this level in life to where everyone wants to come to your neighborhood because you're giving out the good stuff on Halloween. And the instinct is to be like, no, it's just for the kids who live on this street. Like, we can include everybody. I also get where Kevin's coming from, too. If you do have the cool street and then everyone in town descends on your street, that can get a little out of hand. I do think doing a checkpoint at the entrance to the neighborhood and matching up everybody's paperwork is still a little crazy.
Do you even have authority to do that just because you're an HOA?
Right.
Like, can you just stop people and say, show me your ID?
Yeah, you're not allowed to knock on that door and ask for candy. You're breaking the law.
I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer, but I didn't think just random people could stop you and demand your ID.
You know what else I've been thinking of for the past couple of days? Halloween is one of the few things that our society has left where it's like, all right, for the most part, everyone is just acting right and we don't have to put a bunch of rules in place. There's a lot of social trust when it comes to Halloween. Still.
Yeah, for sure.
There's not a lot of social trust when it comes to any other area of life, but we have still preserved Halloween to the point of yeah, we're kind of going to leave it up to the children to decide when they think they're too old to be going door to door. And if you get a kid that seems a little too old, I guess give them some candy anyway, because there could be something else going on. But just the fact that there's still nuance and still again, the social trust is still intact for us to be able to do this. I mean, that's positive news.
How funny. Maybe I just thought it was funny, but how funny was the Ring camera video I sent you guys?
That was great.
From the house? We had two little I sent that to my niece, Laura, and she said they're the baddest mofos in the 636.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't have been more than 10. And they're maybe a little less than that, 2 boys. And there was candy out front, but they didn't see it. So they came to the door. And they're being typical 10-year-old boys. The one kid screams into the door, "I want candy!"
Yeah.
And then one of them goes, "I got to pee." And the other one said, "I got to pee too," but he used the other word for pee.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to say in the air. And then one kid said something, and he goes, "How do you think I feel? I'm effing Wolverine." And then it's just like, oh my God, these two are having the time of their lives.
It was great.
Just cussing and needing to pee and screaming into people's entry doors.
Dude, it was so great. That made me happy.
Yeah.
Like, kids are kids.
Oh, and then
that was us at 10. I mean, that was exactly what we were doing.
My favorite part was the loudest one, as they both walked away, and then I think he thought he heard some movement at the door, so he ran back over the door and went, "Nothing."
Really funny. I saw a thing today. You know, I'm always looking at things for Alzheimer's and memory and all that. And a new study says that if you eat dark chocolate, the mental benefits last for hours. Like, it enhances your memory and enhances your creativity. So, dark chocolate. There you go.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. So, Will Smith, the catcher for the Dodgers, hasn't been in 6 World Series.
No.
Will Smith. Have you seen all this?
Well, there's a left-handed pitcher named Will Smith who played on a bunch of playoff teams.
Evidently,
because he would
there's been-
change teams every year.
Evidently, there's been a Will Smith win the last 6 World Series.
Yeah, because the other one, I think he was with the Royals. Yeah, it's not this guy because the Dodgers have only won 2, and he's only played for the Dodgers.
Right, but Will Smith
Yeah,
has won in the last
there's
6 years.
there's a left-handed pitcher named Will Smith also, who I believe is now retired.
It's kind of interesting.
But he was on like every team because they would trade for him at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a good relief pitcher. Like he did it. You know, he had a pretty solid career. But he was. I think he started it with. I think he was with the Royals when they won in 2015. I don't know, maybe not. But he ended up being with Houston one year. He was with the Rangers the year that they won the World Series. Yeah, the Braves before that. So yeah.
Andrew, are you a Mr. Pibb guy?
Not really. I prefer the doc for doctor's orders.
Coca-Cola's bringing it back after 24 years.
Whoa.
Pibb's been gone 24 years?
Pibb is around.
No, they replaced it with Pibb Extra.
Oh,
So
interesting.
This is Mr. Pibb. This
So
is
this
a more
is-
formal Pibb.
Gotcha.
I guess I knew there was a difference, but I never really thought about it. So what's the difference? Does it say?
It has 30% more caffeine than Pibb Extra.
Whoa.
But Extra has less?
Extra has less?
The world's upside down.
This is insanity.
You got to look for the. I learned recently, because Andrew and I are always talking about the difference between Coke Zero and Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what makes you choose one, this and this. Coke Zero has less caffeine than Diet Coke, too. So something to keep in mind while making your choices.
What is the Pibb?
It's Coke's version of Dr. Pepper. It's Coke's answer to it.
Ah, okay.
They taste pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This article is describing it as a spicy cherry soda.
All right.
It's a spicy cherry soda.
What's your ruling on this? Did you guys see the Katy Perry cake thing?
What?
No.
So Katy Perry, who I just can't stand. I don't even have a good reason. I just can't stand her.
I did love the videos from her last tour, though. They were hilarious.
What do
Of
you
her
mean?
terrible dancing.
Of her and all the memes.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely low effort.
Girl, give us nothing.
Yeah, low effort dancing and performing.
So at her latest concert, a woman and her 2 daughters baked her a big cake, bigger than the one you guys got me for my 25th. So a big sheet cake that they made specially for her. And so Katy Perry blows out the candles, immediately picks it up, and throws it at one of her staff members, who ducks, and it just goes shattering all over the floor. So people are like, what a D. What an absolute jerk.
It is rude and ungrateful, yes.
Why? Why?
Why is it rude?
No, why would you do that?
Because she's Katy Perry.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think she thought it'd be funny to hit her coworker in the face with a giant cake.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm just
That
watching.
can be funny.
I'm watching the video now, and that went about as well as that concert tour.
I bet Justin Trudeau told her to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You know what I'm
forgot.
saying?
Yeah, she's all in the limerence.
Those two are hanging out and doing goodness
Take
knows
it easy.
what.
Take it easy. What?
Where were we going
Where
with
are we
that?
going?
I don't know.
They're smashing cake all the time.
But as soon as those two get alone, I don't even know.
Props.
I bet he kisses her right on the lips.
I'll say props to the dance team though, because they just ate that cake right off the floor. Good for them.
Did they?
Well, at least they cooked a couple. I think they were just performing, but whatever.
I would have run on stage and grabbed a piece. I think.
It looks like it happened backstage.
Yeah, it was underneath the stadium.
Which makes, like, if it was on stage, you'd be like, okay, rock and roll, throw the cake.
It's fun.
But
cute, I
yeah, you're
guess.
just doing that for your friends. That's weird.
Also, one more complaint about celebrities.
Yes.
Heidi Klum
Yes.
is known for her Halloween costume,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I feel this way about every Halloween costume. If you go and have something professionally done and you spend a ton of money and a ton of time in a makeup chair, I don't think that is nearly as cool as people who just come up with something on their own and it's clever.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Totally.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah.
you're doing, 100%. So what? You have $3,000 that you can pay someone to put you in a costume. So what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you. I agree completely.
You're 100% right.
Ludicrous. Like, okay, good for you. You have money. Congrats. You didn't make the costume. You didn't do the work. If you're the one that does the work, that's when I'm impressed.
Oh, yes. No, if Heidi Klum's doing the work, then
Yeah.
she's
Like,
got
if
me.
she put that makeup on herself and did all that, good for her, man.
Yeah. All right, we all agree.
Thinking about a bath remodel or swapping out that old tub for a sleek, easy to clean shower? Hey, it's Trish Gazelle for Michael's Bath with one question. What's there to think about? Michael's beats the competition by 30 to 50%, uses top quality materials, and backs it all with over 30 years experience. And now they'll throw in a free shower door or $500 off. Schedule a free in-home consultation, 636-775-0800 or michaelsbass.com. Michael's Bass, what's there to think about?
Attention business owners with a net income over $500,000. You need to work with a tax strategist that understands your entrepreneurial mindset. Download the most recent white paper written by E3 Consultants Group titled The Power of a Professional Tax Strategy Team. Go to e3wealth.com/radio to obtain a copy. It's time to learn about wealth and tax strategies that protect your personal and business economy. E3 is ready to help you think differently about your finances. Educate, empower, enlighten. That's the E3 difference.
Hi, I'm Nancy Cartwright. You may know me better as the voice of Bart Simpson. On Simpsons Declassified, we're diving into the mysteries that keep the Simpsons forever young. Have you ever wondered how the Simpsons regularly predicts future events? Who better to ask than the show's creators, performers, and writers, the celebrity guests? Be sure to follow and listen to Simpsons Declassified wherever you get your podcasts.
House stealing. It's a nightmare that's real. It's the FBI's term for thieves stealing your home's title and draining your equity. Just one fake document filed with a recorder, and scammers can own your home on paper, drain your equity, and do it all without you even knowing. Imagine waking up to a foreclosure or eviction notice. Listen to former title thief Matt Cox.
What people don't realize is the ease in which this crime can happen. I can take the deed to your house and I can transfer that deed into my name. It's a great crime, and it's happening all the time.
So how can you stop the nightmare and protect yourself? Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO and get a 30-day free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Don't wait. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now, promo code RADIO.
Now that we're getting older, we've been putting more thought into maintaining our health.
We knew the water we drink every day could be filled with contaminants, so
We called Leaf Home Water Solutions.
they came to our home and did a free water test and gave us the analysis right away.
We were shocked at what we saw.
They found heavy metals like iron and copper,
Our own tap water was putting our health at risk, but Leave Home Water Solutions made it easy to get safer water from every tap and hose. A whole home solution.
They have more than 250 product combinations and designed a system that fits our needs and budget. The installation took less than a day.
With Leave Home Water Solutions, our water is safer and healthier. When we drink, when we cook, when we shower, even when we garden.
We feel better about our health.
Thanks to Leave Home Water Solutions.
Schedule your free home water test today at leafhome.com/free and save 15% on all home water treatment systems. That's leafhome.com/free for your free home water test and 15% off. leafhome.com/free.
This is Megan Lynch. 250 doctors go to Ophthalmology Associates. That's why I trust them. Ophthalmology Associates, 314-966-5000 or youridoc.com.
If you need to sell your home to buy a new home, it's never been more important to have an experienced negotiator you can trust. You need my friends Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty on your side, fighting for every dollar for you. Check out thegelmanteam.com. That's thegelmanteam.com.
Hi, I'm Ryan Recker. You may remember me from such shows as That One After the Cardinals Game, also known as Overnight America. 100 years is a great accomplishment with a lot of fantastic moments. Congrats, and here's to the memories.
.323 at DGS. Can I share my tale of woe from that last break?
Yes.
So, not feeling good today. I haven't been feeling very good lately. Just figuring it out. Could be that it's literally 82 degrees in the studio for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Doesn't help. It's really oppressive. And there are two bathrooms here. One is the executive bathroom, the one-holer, right by where I share an office with Rach. Then there's the normal bathroom that has a couple of stalls, a couple of urinals.
Yeah.
So I had to go to the bathroom, real bathroom. Kind of almost like I don't feel good bathroom, right?
Oh, yeah.
I need a little privacy.
Yeah.
So I go to the executive bathroom, and because it's 82 degrees in here, you can't go in there because they have giant hoses.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And things
That's
hooked
over by
up in there.
the technical room where it needs to stay cold. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that bathroom is, I can't go. You can't
Okay.
shut the door.
All right.
So I go to the normal bathroom where you go.
Yeah.
And as you know.
You make it sound like I make it worse.
No. But you're familiar.
Where you go.
You're familiar.
Yes.
Whenever they clean it,
they don't.
It smells like someone put cologne on a dead body. It's just covering it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, when they first clean it, it's bleach. Like, that's
Oh,
what you...
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And good, because that's what it needs.
I think I need some bleach right now. Sheesh.
Yeah, see, I think what you got is, because nobody comes on the weekends, what you've got is the Monday version pre-cleaning.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yep.
I saw a really interesting TikTok. It was a nun who's probably about my age, maybe a little bit older. And, of course, she's just, clean, washed face, no makeup. She's a nun. And she was talking about that one of the reasons she went into, what's it called?
The nun.
The nunnery?
The nun.
Convent?
Convent.
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 I don't even think she's at a convent. What's that called when you go into that kind of service?
The
Going straight up nun.
popping the habit.
Nunchucks?
I think it's the convent. That's where they
Going
live.
nun mode.
Yeah.
Nunkin' Donuts?
The sisterhood.
There you go. That's about as good as we've had.
That's good. I like that.
So anyway, she said one of the reasons I went into it was for this. So I never had to worry about my appearance. So I never had to worry about aging anything other than naturally. And it made sense to me.
Yeah, very much.
I think I'm going to be a nun.
Oh.
That's
Good
one
luck.
thing. Yeah. I mean, part of the perks of just knowing exactly how you're, not exactly, because you could get moved around and such, but knowing exactly what you are committing to and knowing the boundaries of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be extremely appealing. And I'm sure that's a huge reason why a lot of them do it. It's just like, this is what I want to do. It simplifies things
Sure
in a way.
does. I saw a story about a guy I got the timing off a little bit. I think he passed away now, but he was dropped off at a monastery when he was a baby and lived his entire life there, and he never saw a woman.
Wow. Like not even a picture of a woman.
I don't know. That's good. That's a good question.
It's got to mess with a person's head.
I don't know if you've never seen one.
Do you know about them?
I would think you'd have
Well, there's
to.
mention in the. I
Yeah.
would think
Yeah.
whatever holy book he was studying. I'm
What?
sure
Yeah. Do we know what kind of a monastery it was?
Yeah, like a Christian monastery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
And see, if he would have seen that no makeup nun, he'd have been smitten.
He'd lost his mind.
Lost his mind.
What a freaking hottie he would have said about that nun.
He's taking a little far.
Yeah, that was a step far.
This is why I'll never get in trouble.
I know.
Would have
Just so
thought the
long
nun
as
was
I
a
have
freaking
Andrew.
hottie.
I could say the most terrible thing and Andrew would be like, +1. Tell you guys about my good friend Matt Bays. He is a medical doctor, sports doctor, orthopedic doctor, regenerative medicine doctor, meaning that he does stem cell injections. But he is really everything orthopedic-wise, right up to the point that you need surgery. So if you have been injured in sports, or it doesn't have to be sports, it could be a slip and fall when things get icy out there, whatever it is, twisted knees and twisted ankles and frozen shoulders and things like that, reach out to Matt Bays. He's a great guy. He is completely committed to customer service. And here's a dirty little secret. A lot of times in the medical field, you don't get great customer service. You're made to wait too long. The people at the front desk aren't exactly happy to see you. And so Matt has gone out on his own with Bays Sports Medicine and is going to be known for customer service. So someone you care about, is hurt, injured, something not working well with the way your body operates, you've heard about stem cell injections, you're interested in them, reach out to Matt. You can call him at 636-735-3003 or online at Bays, B-A-Y-E-S, BaysSportsMed.com.
St. Louis, meet your new favorite way to start the day. The Chris and Amy Show. It's not the same old talk. It's fresh, it's different, and it's local. Chris and Amy dig into the news that matters, but they also keep it light, keep it fun, and keep you smiling. Serious when it needs to be, silly when it can be. That's pure entertainment with a local heartbeat. The Chris and Amy Show, weekdays at 9 on the Voice of St. Louis, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
It's time for Dave Murray's weather forecast, sponsored by Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm.
We are rolling into the first week of November, and our weather's pretty nice for this time of year with above average temperatures. This time of year, average temperatures, the high around 60, the low 40, and we are above that this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine, 65. Tonight, clear and cold with the time change. Temperatures drop very quickly now. For evening plans, evening temperatures will drop into the 50s and 42 for the overnight low. Tuesday, sunny and 69. Wednesday, sunny and near 70. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. We are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. SandbergPhoenix.com. The choice of lawyers is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
All right, guys, get ready. The #1 sports book in America is coming soon. That is FanDuel, and starting December 1st, new customers in Missouri can get up to $300 in bonus bets when you make your first $5 bet. So from touchdowns to home runs to three-pointers, With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game, and with live betting, you can get in on the action even after the game's already started. So it's all done on an app that's safe, secure, super easy to use, nice to look at, the whole deal. And FanDuel is simply the best way to game day, and it's coming soon to Missouri. So go to FanDuel.com/Missouri. That's where you can learn more, and that way you'll be all set when FanDuel rolls out in Missouri on December 1st. That's FanDuel.com/Missouri to get in on all of the action. And then, of course, you can play your game with FanDuel. It's the #1 rated sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older and present in Missouri. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Offer starts 12/1/2025. Excludes customers who redeem pre-launch sign-up offer. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
Hey, what's happening? It's your man, Big Ticket, doing big things. Are debt payments keeping you up at night? Call JG Wentworth today and become debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. Whether it's credit cards, medical bills, or personal loans, life happens, and those monthly payments can quickly become overwhelming. At JG Wentworth, their experienced team takes the time to understand your unique situation and creates a customized plan tailored to your financial needs. They specialize in helping individuals reduce their unsecured debt, which could save you thousands of dollars. No upfront fees to get started. The call is free, the consultation is free, and there's absolutely no obligation to move forward unless it's right for you. The sooner you act, the more you could save. Every day you wait could cost you more in interest and late fees. Call JG Wentworth, 877-CASH-NOW to find out how much you could save. That's JG Wentworth, 877-CASH-NOW. Your first step toward financial freedom, 877-CASH-NOW. Results vary, not all debts qualify. Debt resolution will impact credit and may increase what you owe. Fees apply. JG Wentworth does not pay debts or provide legal, tax, or credit repair services.
Fridays mean football. From a zoo to the NFL, we've got your weekend covered.
All three, ready?
It's Friday football on KMOX.
Our segment with Bernie Miklasz is sponsored by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Dicon Comfort dealer.
Welcome back, guys. DGS. Good news, bad news. Bad news is we're having a little technical difficulty getting Bernie Miklasz on. We're just going to call him, so we'll have him momentarily. The good news is it's up to 84 degrees in the studio. Man.
We have Bernie ready.
Okay. Awesome. Hello, Bernie.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, just use the old-fashioned telephone.
Yeah.
Go old school.
That's right.
Yeah. Who needs this damn technology, right?
So let's start out with the World Series. Maybe it was because this was my year of falling back in love with baseball, and I was so into it that my family's making fun of me. But I thought this was one of the best World Series just overall, all 7 games that I've ever seen.
A lot of baseball pundits and fans were, declaring it to be the best ever. And I'm not pushing back on that. I would just need a lot of time to really think about it.
Yeah.
But during my lifetime, it was certainly on the short list, the very short list of the best World Series I've watched. I thought it was fabulously entertaining with a lot of twists and turns, extra innings, pivot points. Things coming down to one moment. I mean, it was just great stuff.
Especially
really great stuff.
Like the last couple 3 games where it's like Yamamoto, Scherzer, Ohtani, just like they're just out there, man. I was almost like they were playing Sandlot, like, hey, Ohtani, come out. It's the 7th inning, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you just never knew who was going to step up because just like Miguel Rojas. I mean, he's basically the Dodgers' 26th man.
Yeah.
Yet he hits the home run to keep their season alive when they were down to 2 outs. I mean, stuff like that. And dudes like Kike Hernandez. I mean, guys who are not star players at all. I mean, I think the Dodgers' depth showed up in this World Series. And but this is where having money really pays off, because if you look at what they paid the 4 starting pitchers this season, and I don't care. They can spend their money as they want. But those 4 starters, pitched a lot of innings during the postseason and basically carried them because the bullpen was so off. And what Yamamoto did was, listen, Bob Gibson in that era, that's gone, so we can't really compare today to then. But for this era, what Yamamoto did in Game 6 and then coming back in Game 7 and giving them 2 2/3, like he pitched the most innings for the Dodgers, not only in Game 6, but also in Game 7.
Yeah. And there were so many moments, right? I mean, you mentioned the Miguel Rojas home run. You're at the bottom of the order, and what we're all thinking and texting is, well, make sure nobody's on base for Ohtani, right? And then this guy hits the ball into the seats. He didn't even start a game in this series until Game 6.
And it was a hunch.
Yeah.
And, for the people that who thinks analytics, the word analytics is the work of Satan and all that stuff, they got to love they've never better say a bad word about Dave Roberts again, because he made a whole bunch of hunch moves, where he was going with his gut. Like, I'm going to move this guy down in lineup. I'm going to play this guy. I'm going to start Rojas. I mean, a lot of gut moves where, in today's baseball, maybe you don't see that as much as you used to. And I found it refreshing. Like, he knows his guys, and he's like, I know these players. I know this guy is ready. I have a feeling I'm going to use him. So I love that kind of stuff. And I really thought John Schneider, who I like a lot, I don't think he had a good final couple games in the series. But
I'd agree. Yeah.
Whatever, that happens.
Vern, where would you put Paz's game series winning saving catch in the pantheon of catches?
I thought it was incredible because we've seen guys leap and get balls at the wall, like that, where they're by themselves and they make an acrobatic catch. But he slammed. He looked like he was in a mosh pit. He slammed into the left fielder. Kike Hernandez. It's like, it reminds me of my old days in Baltimore, going to punk concerts. I'm in the mosh pit just slamming people, and they're all jumping on me because I was the biggest guy and I could take it. So anyway, Kike Hernandez in left field. I mean, he just got mossed like at the warning track as Pages went up to the stage, trying to get to the stage to get to the ball. I mean, that's the element that made it incredible because, again, how did he maintain? I'm talking about Pages. How did he maintain the concentration and focus when he's slamming into a teammate in real time with the whole season on the line?
Yeah, and to back up your point on these great little moves that Dave Roberts made, if that's Tommy Edman, I don't think that catch is made. I don't think he survives the contact because he's not nearly as big a man as Pages is. He's not as tall. And Pages at like 6'2", 6'3" makes that play. I'm not sure a 5'10" guy makes that play. So, I mean, just like a little thing like that, and that's not a knock on Tommy. He's a hell of a player. It's just the nature of that play.
Tommy Edman's got a bad knee.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have the speed to go get it.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. He's hurt. He was playing hurt.
Yep.
But, yeah, Dave Roberts, I mean, he made a bunch of hunch moves, and I thought it was great. I mean, just thought it was fantastic.
Vern, it's really screwing up my buddy Kevin Wheeler here, the base running mistakes that the Jays made.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
It was 2 games in a row. I mean, first it's Addison Barger in Game 6. You cannot get doubled off. You have to know where the outfielder's playing, and you have to know you cannot extend until you know whether it's going to be caught. Because worst case scenario, it should be second and third, 2 out with George Springer at the plate, but he gets doubled off, game over, you lose. And then in Game 7, Byrne, and I heard Isaiah Kiner-Falefa's explanation that the coaching staff wanted him to stay close to third so he couldn't get doubled off. And so I don't know if it's the player's fault or the coaching staff's fault, but that's insane. You cannot be 2 feet off. I think he was 4 feet off the bag when the pitch was reaching home. He was out by an inch. If he just has a normal secondary lead, not aggressive, just normal. And by the way,
he scores.
If he doesn't slide, if he just runs through home plate, that's a ridiculous place to slide on. You don't slide except to slow down or avoid a tag.
Number one, it was a massive screw up, and by the player because of what you just said. He didn't go in. He didn't go in there running up. He went in there trying to slide. The other thing is that Tom Verducci did talk to John Schneider and some of the Blue Jays about this.
Yeah.
And yeah, the coaches were rigid about it. They were like, no. We are taking very short leads because we do not want to screw anything up by getting doubled off. So he was ordered to do that. And I think there's a time and a place to be a little safe, a little conservative. Well, you got a chance to win the freaking game. No, that's not it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too, John Schneider. I mean, what's up with the bunting?
I don't know, man.
Why are you giving up an out to move a guy to third? He's already in position to score.
Yep.
I hate that.
Yep, I'm with you. Good call. But then again, I mean, like, that's what this World Series was. This World Series literally came down to 1 inch.
Right.
1 inch on that play at home plate in the bottom of the ninth inning, and the Blue Jays win. And then, obviously, it took all the other craziness for the Dodgers to turn it around.
The other thing that was interesting to me is that the Dodgers basically survived their own offense. If you look at the old guys, Freeman, Betts, Muncy, Teoscar, Hernandez, Kike, those guys were on fumes. Yep. I mean, in the World Series, they collectively batted something like 195. I mean, they were on fumes. Long season, a lot of innings. And also the postseason last year, where they went the distance. And I think given the fact that they had a shaky bullpen, the fact that their core players, and let's face it, Ohtani, understandably, he was on fumes as well.
Yep.
So they had their biggest guys in that lineup who were on fumes, and they had every reason in the world to lose that World Series, but they didn't. And part of it was Dave Roberts with the hunch moves. A big part of it was obviously Yamamoto, and then a big part of it was Toronto screwing up. And I love Toronto, but they screwed up.
Yep.
So I know the fact is that the Blue Jays were in last place last year and then an inch away from the World Series this year. Rather than saying, can the Cardinals do that, let me ask, in what way are the Jays different from year to year than the Cardinals would be from 25 to 26?
Well, Vlad Guerrero, Bo Bichette, George Springer. Who else we got?
So did they just really underplay last year?
They did, yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
They also lost. Their bullpen was really bad. They lost a lot of one-run games, and it just kind of fell apart on them. It was just one of those years. But yeah, they had franchise pieces there, though. They just had to fill in around it, and they just had to just get a better pitching performance, which they did. Although I didn't think, Jeff Hoffman. I hate to say this, I'm not surprised that he gave up that game-winning home run. That dude gave up a lot of bombs this year.
Yeah, he gave up the most home runs of any reliever in baseball, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it's
the Cardinals. They got to establish a nucleus where you have your core nucleus, the guys that are going to carry you for the most part. They with all due respect to them, I mean, they don't have anywhere near the core nucleus that the Blue Jays had. Even in a bad season, the Blue Jays had it. Plus, Bo Bichette was messed up physically and things like that last year, too.
Right.
So,
but they've got so many good hitters.
So, shout out Mason Wynn. That's the way it should have been, but very good.
Well, absolutely. And, I did a video on this. This wasn't just a good Gold Glove season and, pat him on the back and everything else. This was a historically great defensive season by a shortstop, one of the best in the history of baseball. They've been giving out the Gold Glove since 1957. And Mason Wynn, among shortstops, and there's over 1,000 of them who had seasons where they played 1,000 or more innings, in 1 year. So there's like 1,150 guys that played at least 1,000 innings at shortstop. He's fourth in terms of fielding percentage, fourth out of 1,150. He made only 3 errors. Since they started giving out the Gold Gloves in 1957, he is only one of 7 players, 7 shortstops, to be charged with 3 errors or less. He's one of 7 out of 1,150 shortstops.
I am
That's crazy, man.
I am not comparing myself to Mason Wynn, okay? But anyone out there who has played baseball to any degree, especially an infielder, you know how impossible that is. Just bad hops, not feeling great that day. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, Bernie, on Rush Hour Sports, but what makes Wynn even more spectacular when it comes to his consistency is he's not one of those guys that doesn't get to much and therefore only gets to somewhat regular or easy routine plays. He gets to everything. And guys that get to everything do tend to make a few more errors because those everything plays are difficult. And he didn't have any problem with that. That's amazing.
No, that's the thing about him. He does get to everything. He's got exceptional range, and he's got the rocket launcher for an arm.
Yeah.
And the arm wouldn't matter if he was just an inefficient fielder, he wasn't getting the balls, or he's a wild thrower and all this stuff. He's so clinically sound. He's so precise. His efficiency is through the roof. And that's the only way you can have a season where you get charged with 3 errors, But really, it's just incredible to think he's got the 4th best fielding percentage among regular shortstops since they started the Gold Gloves in 1957.
All right, buddy, tell us about Saliga.
And he did it at a very young age. I mean, a very young age.
Yeah.
So, okay. Saliga Heating and Cooling is a Daikin Comfort dealer. I've been calling them. The Michelases have been calling them for 17 years. I know my guy Dave Glover had an appointment, them coming to the house earlier this week, and I'm sure that went great. We've relied on Saliga Heating and Cooling, just like other St. Louis families have done since 1927. I mean, the Saligas have continuously owned this great St. Louis business since 1927. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, we've been with them a long, long time. They set the standard for honesty and knowledge, their professionalism, the fact that they're reliable. They don't make false promises. Oh, we'll be there at 1 o'clock, and they don't show up. They don't pull that stuff. And when they're in your home, they're classy. You never have to worry about that. Who's going to show up? No, they're totally classy. And they'll make recommendations that'll save you money. They're not looking to run up the biggest bill they can. They're the exact opposite. You know why? Because they want your business. They want your loyalty. And they believe Dan Saliga, who runs the place, of course, family. I asked him one time. He said, "Listen, we have to earn that. We got to earn that with every time we do something for somebody who calls us. We have to earn that trust." I can't think of anybody that I would recommend more. I can't than Saliga Heating and Cooling. And if you want to find out more about them, including their maintenance program called the Priority Club, it'll save you money. Just go to SaligaHeatingandCooling.com. Thank you.
KMOX proudly supports the Musial Awards, returning to Stiefel Theater Saturday, November 22nd. You can be in the audience for this nationally televised event, hosted right here in St. Louis. Named for Stan the Man, the show celebrates the year's greatest moments of sportsmanship and those who embody class and character. Experience the extraordinary moments and people that make the Musial Awards an event like no other. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
So, Dave, I have a dentist appointment coming up on Friday.
You just went.
No, I had to change that appointment. So the appointment still hasn't happened. So it's coming up on Friday. I have anxiety because I haven't been to the dentist in way too long. However, I feel like I'm doing better than I would without SmartMouth, if that makes sense. I've been using the Gum Health Rinse, their new Gum Health Rinse, which is really good if you're having any problems with bleeding gums, gingivitis, anything like that. I feel like that's kind of helped me cram for the test before I have the test on Friday. Yeah. So looking forward to that. And just in general, SmartMouth is so incredible for your oral health. Whatever's going on with you, there is a rinse that fits your lifestyle and is going to help whatever issue you're having.
Yeah, if you use SmartMouth twice a day, you are literally never going to have bad breath. And if you use the Gum Health formula, you're going to have healthy gums for $10-12 a month, something like that. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. When you go to buy it, you're going to see it's a couple bucks more than most of the mouth rinses, but that's because it actually works and does something. Plus, we can offset that for you. Save $2.50 when you go to smartmouth.com/Glover.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
.252 DGS. So, pundits on the right are being called racist by pundits on the right.
Oh?
Yes. Ben Shapiro is going after Tucker Carlson hard, saying that he's absolutely the worst of republicanism, and mad that he platformed Nick Fuentes, who's evidently picking up a lot of steam.
Why? Why?
Why what? Because he's anti-Semitic.
Well, everything about him is awful. Why would anybody want to put more of that on their airwaves?
Yeah, evidently Tucker Carlson's taken with the young man. And then Dinesh D'Souza said that the Republican Party really stepped in it when they were racist to Ramaswamy, and that people are leaving in droves.
Well, we'll see.
We shall see.
I've seen such predictions before. They don't tend to hold up.
There is something really interesting. I'm not involved in the far right.
Yeah.
You know, the Charlie Kirks and Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson and Candace Owen and all that. Probably more so than usual just because I see it on TikTok a lot now. But, yeah, there's a real battle going on for the heart and soul of that.
It's fascinating that anybody that wants to be mainstream's not the right word, that wants to convince enough people to come along that you're going to include a Nick Fuentes, who I would think his belief system is probably held by maybe 5% of people.
Probably about right.
Yeah, it is interesting, though, to see how the way we tolerate that has shifted. I remember when Joe Biden was president, President Donald Trump welcomed Nick Fuentes to a dinner at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, I remember
that was a huge deal. It was one of the main nails in the coffin for Kanye West, because Kanye was the one who brought him to the dinner. And just the fact that Kanye was associating with this person, so many people were like, okay, I'm done. I can never listen to your music ever again. This is it. And now he's just become more and more palatable. That's the way it happens, is you start with these like vile, horrible ideas, and everyone, well, for the most part, polite society will condemn you. But then you keep getting platformed, and suddenly it's like, well, let's have him on the pod. He'll be a good guest. And suddenly he's like driving policy. I'm not saying he's driving policy right now. I'm just saying that's kind of the next step, is you've normalized this person. What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah. It's amazing, as someone who makes their living talking, like I've seen more Nick Fuentes in the last 2 months than I've ever seen in my entire life. He's good at what he does. Like, it really is a reminder that if you are a good talker, if you are passionate and articulate and have a thing about you, you can convince people of some pretty crazy things. Let me tell you about Dr. Maupin at BioBalance Health. As you know, she does the bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, the testosterone pellets that I've been getting for 6 years, that Trish has been getting for 6 years. I've been representing her for almost 20 years now. On the 25th anniversary message, they were giving me credit for bringing in most of the guys. And to the guys, I can tell you this. When you go to BioBalance Health for your pellets, there are going to be other guys there. There are probably going to be about 6 people in the waiting room. Everyone's there for the same thing. No sheepishness. And the same thing goes for BioBalance Skin. if you want to get Botox, maybe you've never had it, or a chemical peel or microneedling, maybe your daughter's wedding's coming up, something like that, do not feel the least bit weird. There are always guys in that waiting room. I mean, I'll probably be there. So for all things Dr. Wampin, go to biobalancehealth.com.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. Have you noticed loose bricks or missing mortar around your house, on the walls, the patios, the walkways, the porch, or the chimneys? If so, you need to call Morelli Tuck Pointing. 314-645-1387. You might need one of two things: solid tuck pointing, the removal of old mortar with the replacement of new mortar throughout an entire wall or chimney, or maybe just spot tuck pointing. Spot tuck pointing involves the tuck pointing of a particular wall, a chimney, or other masonry surface in an area where it's needed the most. One example might be settlement cracks, usually found above or below windows or doorways. 314-645-1387. Call the company that the Brennans have called when we've needed tuck pointing. Morelli Tuck Pointing, the masonry specialists. Winner of the Angie's List Super Service Award every year since 2005. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call the Lance Story Law Firm today and let us get between you and the IRS. We'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney team who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis, or visit Lance, DRURY, law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm, 314-260-6120.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
What's up, guys? Coming up in hour 3 of the Dave Glover Show, we will do Dave Murray's weather forecast as usual. I'll also do headlines. I think we've got a DGS happy hour coming your way. And then at 4 o'clock, we will be doing the Sweet 16. Actually, today, I think it's a couple of Elite Eights. So keep hanging with us. You are listening to the Dave Glover Show on KMOX.
News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got sunshine right now, 63 degrees downtown at the Arch. A pursuit of a stolen vehicle ended when it crashed into a building in the Baden neighborhood. Right next door to the building was a St. Louis firehouse. According to Fire Captain Anthony Hesse, sounded like a building collapse.
The vehicle involved was actually on fire, so we put the fire out. And, of course, our primary concern was the patient that was on scene, made sure there was nobody else in the vehicle.
The driver was the lone occupant of the vehicle. According to police, was taken from the scene with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. The building suffered serious structural damage, but the only injury inside was due to cooking oil being splashed on a chef because that building had a restaurant. The Trump administration has met the noon deadline set by judges to fund SNAP benefits using emergency funds. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
The 2 federal judges gave the federal government options on how and when to restore SNAP benefits, and the date for deciding depended on whether the Trump administration would restore benefits partially or in full. Monday was the date for partial refunding. The administration would have had until Wednesday to restore in full, with either additional federal or state monies.
A local effort to support families affected is happening tomorrow.
Betty Jean Kerr's People's Health Centers is partnering with the Integrated Health Network to provide immediate relief. Taco's food truck will be at the People's Health Center, 5701 Delmar, from 11 until 2, offering 100 free meals. Dr. Ronald Griffin is COO of the clinic.
We're trying to do everything that we can to make sure that we meet the stop gaps. If we can help people for one day, we're doing our due diligence and providing some ongoing resources and support to those in need.
There are 4 other federally qualified health centers, CARE STL, Family Health Centers, Affinia, and the county and city in St. Louis, and County Public Health has clinics. Dr. Griffin says while we cannot control what happens in D.C., you can control what happens in your cities. Maria Aquina, KMOX News.
This is not America. Those are the words of KMOX Republican political analyst John Hancock on the Chris and Amy show about a close friend of his family being scooped up by ICE on their way to work. So far, Hancock has got no information about where the person is.
He will, I assume, be sent to a deportation facility, and from there, they can send him anywhere. He has family in Mexico, and, our prayer right now is that that's where he is sent. Think about this. He's a breadwinner. He's got a mortgage. He's paid into Social Security.
The man has a wife and 2 small children, and he will likely never be allowed to return to see them. He will receive no hearing. From the KMOX Business Desk, sponsored by Krentz Financial Group, KFGadvisors.com. Cooking up a bowl of pasta may cost you more soon.
Buy pasta made in Italy?
Sei pronto?
Prices could skyrocket. The Commerce Department is threatening to slap tariffs of almost 92% on Italy's largest exporters. U.S. officials accuse them of dumping everything from rigatoni to radiatori at cheaper prices than they charge back home. The CEO of one Italian food industry group says new duties would hit about 50% of what they ship here. He claims American manufacturers are trying to shut them out of this country. Pasta from Italy makes up about 12% of the American market. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
There are pastas with St. Louis connections. Ronzoni is owned by Brentwood-based Post Holdings with manufacturing in Virginia. Chicago-based Winland Foods owns brands like Cremette and had a pasta plant in St. Louis, but closed it last year, laying off 80 workers. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now to Stifel, Scott Bedell. Scott.
Thank you, Michael. Good afternoon, everyone. The NASDAQ Composite Index has risen each of the last 7 months. Today, it is off to a good start for November, up 0.5% to 23,834. The Standard & Poor's 500 index also higher by 0.2% to 6,852, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average lost ground, falling 225 points, or just about 0.5% to 47,337. The Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index had a marginal gain, up 0.1% to 1,585. Checking on some stocks of local interest, Spire gained 1.6% at $87.82. Boeing up 1.75% at $204.55. On the downside, Belden fell 3.5% at $117.53. Charter Communication lost 5%, down to $222.20. And finally, Stifel Financial gained 0.6% to close at $119.13. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, please visit our website at stifel.com.
We've got a stall, 6440 West at Route K. That is on the right shoulder right now. We've also got emergency vehicles just cleared out 270 north at Manchester Road. There's a crash on 70 east at 370. That's got the left lane closed, 4 lanes getting by.
We have a nice couple of days coming up with above average temperatures both day and night. Plenty of sunshine in control this afternoon. And it's nice. Temperatures about 5 degrees above average with a high of 65. Tonight, clear, kind of cold again. Evening temperatures drop into the 50s quickly with the time change. 42 will do it for the overnight low. On Tuesday, mostly sunny and 69. Tuesday night, clear, warmer, 52 for the overnight low. And Wednesday, sunny and close to 70. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
It is a blue sky. Right now, 63 degrees. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Weather sponsored by Renner Garage Door, forward and back, RENNER.
Cardinal Cowboy here. Renner Garage Door has brought cheers to their fans for decades with the best styles, cutting-edge tech, and good old family values. Get your free repair or replacement quote today. Forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
You guys Squeeze fans?
I guess I don't really know any of their songs.
I don't dislike any of the ones I've heard. I've never really sought out the Squeeze, but I've been squeezed before, and I enjoy being squoze.
I don't know what's wrong with him today.
It's the heat.
It is.
It's probably hotter in there than it is in here.
The brain has melted off the heat. The heat has melted off whatever brain I had.
The brain has melted off your heat.
Brain has melted off my heat. I think I'm dying, guys.
Andrew's losing his marbles.
Yeah, I feel like we should be doing something.
Get me fine. Look, if you see me go down, call somebody. Until then, I'm good.
Why'd you crack your door open?
I can't because all the heat is getting sucked out of Studio C because Studio C is straight up uninhabitable. Studio C is a dangerous level of heat. And so all the heat is being pumped out and it's all being placed directly in front of that door. So if I were to open that door, I would actually be making the room hotter.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah, I had to do some recording in Studio C on Friday night, and wow, I was very sweaty. I was in there for maybe 10 minutes.
You had to change your clothes today.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, I was wearing a flannel, and then Matt Pajeski texted me. He said, the studio is worse than it's ever been. And I said, oh, great. But luckily, we have all these DGS giveaway shirts, so I changed into one of these.
Yeah. How is it getting worse?
That's
the incredible part here. It's like every day it's a little hotter.
It's true.
It doesn't seem like that would be. They're doing a great job.
You know, one of the things that concerns me the most about Donald Trump, because I will grant you, to those of you out there who love him, I'll grant you, he has some impressive arrows in his quiver. He is good at certain things. He knows how to put pressure. He loves the foreign policy stuff. But I don't think he's that smart. And I don't think he really observes details well. And you couple that with the fact that he seems to just so quickly and easily accept that something is truth and fact if he says it or if someone says it to him. Did you see over the weekend one of his Truth Socials that he said that Seth Meyers' constant mockery of him is illegal?
It could be illegal.
Could be illegal.
No, it's not. That's like
it's not even in the same universe as illegal.
That's like the specific rule is that it's not.
It might just be the First Amendment. It might just be the first one.
It's the second page of the Constitution.
But that concerns me because I believe he believes it. I really do. Or he believes that someone else will believe it if he says it.
Yeah.
Or more importantly, maybe not necessarily that other people will believe him, but other people will support him regardless, right?
It also bothered me.
Because it's all about
I'm not
we got to just take down Seth
on a
Meyers.
Donald Trump rant here. But it also bothered me last night in the 60 Minutes piece with Nora O'Donnell. She asked about that the Asian dude from Binance, the billionaire.
The one that got the pardon.
Who got the pardon.
Yeah.
And I should have sent it to you, Andrew, for the sound. But Trump says, you ready for this? I don't even know him. I've never met him. I have no idea. Some people just told me that it was a Biden witch hunt. I don't like that. The power of the pardon is one of the few things in our country that's just unquestioned.
Yeah.
Presidents can just pardon whoever they want, whenever they want. When you're given such an amazing power where there's no discretion or no second guessing it or anything like that, don't tell me you've never met him, you don't know him from Adam. Someone just told you something.
Or don't know anything about the case.
I mean, that's terrible.
Yeah. Well, first of all, there should be no pardon
Especially when he has business with Donald Trump's company.
Yeah, he does the Bitcoin. The crypto stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Want to do DJ's happy hour?
Sure.
Okay, lead off somebody.
I got one, man.
All right.
Dave, it's UFO stuff.
Okay.
So now this is from photos from the 1950s when we were doing nuclear testing. University of Stockholm worked with Vanderbilt University. They did a study of these flashes in the sky that are in those photos. It's in the time surrounding nuclear tests. So some of them immediately afterwards. So what they said they found were, quote, real reflective objects, something physical, flat, and highly reflective that was in high Earth orbit. This is the 1950s. Human beings had not put anything in space yet.
I've not heard any of this.
So this is a recent thing. So I found it I saw it on Twitter, but it's from a story in Astronomy Magazine. And this is a researched paper done by 2 major universities that have shown that the reflections that they see could only have happened coming off of a flat, reflective surface. And they said it can't be an asteroid. It can't be space dust. What else can it be? Now, they're not offering that. They're not saying what it is. They're saying what it is not based on the scientific data, what we know from how things work, how light works in space, right? And the fact that it had to be a flat, physical, highly reflective object and that it was in high Earth orbit. It ain't us. We hadn't done anything like that yet. I found that to be fascinating. And again, this is it's a well-known magazine in that realm. And the headline of the story in Astronomy Magazine is, did aliens watch the 1950s nuclear tests? And then it says, maybe, according to study. So again, the study does not say this was aliens. But it says it wasn't the natural phenomenon that you could measure. And if it's not aliens, it's something we have no idea about, essentially. That it had these flashes coincided with nuclear tests.
Yep.
Before and around the time of the test, at and after the tests, and that it was from high Earth orbit and had to have those physical characteristics.
Pretty cool.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. I'm starting to get a little pissed at the aliens, though.
I get it.
Right?
Just at them or at the...
Just talk to us, man. Just talk to us.
Stop it.
We're open to it.
If you watched us, would you want to talk to us?
Maybe.
I'd want to talk to me if I was a weird-looking alien guy.
Yeah, but they're not singling out individuals. Like, you look at the whole behavior of us. Would that be an attractive conversation to people that are to a species that's smart enough to conquer inner space travel?
Well, and
or interdimensional, whatever.
Back to our conversation last week about like the dinosaurs, and man, if they wouldn't have gotten wiped out, like they might have still been roaming the Earth. Meaning, maybe some alien species out there are dinosaurs. I really love the movie Arrival with
me too.
Amy Adams, because it poses this question of like, well, what if we don't have a common language?
Right.
Like, they actually in the movie have a completely different way of communicating. It's not auditory. They're using these symbols you're to figure it out from there. I mean, that it is a real possibility too. These creatures of some kind from a galaxy far, far away might have no idea how to get any sort of point across to us. They might not understand our culture, and then they look at different parts of the Earth, and we're so different. The way we carry forth different things can vary so much from one country or continent to the next. They might just be confused and like, oh, what are we supposed to say? Just something to think about.
Yeah. They'll probably have to be on whichever is. Well, maybe our assumption is wrong, right? Our assumption is you have to be super advanced and beyond us to make that kind of travel. Again, whether it's interstellar, interdimensional, wormholes, whatever it is. But maybe not. Maybe it's something they lucked into.
Maybe.
And who knows what, led to that. Maybe it was a natural phenomenon that they tapped into. They're like, well, we can do this. Kind of like we figured out how to sail the oceans. We can't explore the ocean, but we can stay on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be something along those lines. And maybe they're just not that intellectual, and we don't know. I don't know. It's just so hard when you think about the infinite possibilities. There are a million ways it could go, trillions of ways it could go, and we can't necessarily imagine all of those.
As you know, I love Ancient Aliens. It's like my go-to cozy show at night.
Yeah, it's a fun show.
And the basic underpinning of that is that 10, 12, 20,000 years ago, aliens came to Earth and bestowed knowledge onto primitive humans.
Yes.
When you look at it, like we said on the show last week, that we went 200,000 years and didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
We just kept doing the same stuff over and over again.
For a long time,
No one ever rolled a rock. No one ever built a bridge.
Yeah.
It's just Blowbore and Gronk.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, we're like, what if we just invented the internet?
You know, it's funny. First of all, I haven't looked this up, but I bet the people that believe in the ancient alien theory would say, see, that's why those flashes in the 1950s are there, because they've always been there. Those, you know,
It would make sense.
But I would say this. I'm not a believer, because I'm Mr. I don't know for everything, right? I don't believe completely in the ancient alien theory. But how is it any crazier than any of our other explanations?
Yeah, so true.
I mean,
that's really true. And look, I'm not
It's newer,
I'm
so
not crapping on Christianity here. But if there are Christians out there thinking that's insane that aliens came down 10,000 years ago and bestowed knowledge onto
and maybe it is
humans. But is it any crazier than the religious stories?
And then I don't think it is. If you just created them all at once, if we had not ever been exposed to any of them,
no
and you just get to read all 5 of them like back to back to back, and say which ones do you think make sense, they'd probably all be about the same.
Interesting.
But obviously, you know, that's a pretty difficult thing to do. Is say, hey, let's forget the last 3,000 years happened.
It's easy to feel apprehensive about getting screened for cancer or to just keep putting it off. But Siteman Cancer Center wants to remind you how important it is, especially after the age of 40. And they also want you to know how easy it is to get it done. GetScreenedNow.com has all the information you need on cancers like prostate, breast, colon, lung cancer. You can also find out your risk of disease by answering just a few simple questions. And then you can find one of the hundreds of screening locations in the area. Even if you're a little farther out, there is probably a place near you. You have heard this before, but catching cancer early dramatically increases the odds of a successful treatment, especially with so many cancers showing up earlier in life. So do not be intimidated. Siteman will make the process as simple as possible. GetScreenedNow.com. Do it for your family and friends who count on you. Do it for yourself. Visit GetScreenedNow.com.
Are you looking for a podcast about pro football that doesn't put you to sleep with an avalanche of analytics or insult your fandom with brainless hot takes? Well, hi. I'm Dan Hansis.
And I'm Mark Sessler.
Oh, hi, Mark. And we're the hosts of Heed the Call, the NFL podcast you've been waiting your whole life for.
Heed the Call covers every game, every storyline, everything that matters, and we do it all with a touch of mirth.
Football is fun. Why shouldn't your football podcast be the same?
Follow and listen to Heed the Call NFL podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Overhead Door Company of St. Louis, the genuine, the original, present 100 years of KMOX.
The return trip of Shuttle Columbia.
There when the world stood still.
Columbia's 7 astronauts complete their nearly 16-day-long mission.
824 at KMOX, we are now getting a bulletin. The Space Shuttle Columbia is overdue for landing at this time.
NASA has ordered flight controllers to pull out emergency procedures.
Again, this could be just a radio problem. They could be fine just on their way in and on a glide.
Flight controllers continue to seek communications with the Columbia.
There was a very ominous word, the word debris.
Search and rescue teams in the Dallas-Fort Worth vicinity have been alerted.
There for every headline, every heartbreak, every heartbeat. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Brought to you by the Polar Express at St. Louis Union Station. Get your tickets now at stlpolarexpressride.com.
Selling your home? Every situation is unique. Find the best options that are right for you from the real estate team who offer more options. My friends Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. Check out the only agents I trust. Go to thegelmanteam.com. That's thegelmanteam.com.
Hi, this is Congresswoman Ann Wagner, representing Missouri's 2nd Congressional District. Congratulations to KMOX on 100 years of serving our St. Louis community.
.322 DGS. Dave Murray on the other side of the break. Joel says many of the alien stories sound pretty biblical. Actually, there's a lot of overlap. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
It's in the what's the Eric Donikin's book? What's that? The Chariots of the Gods.
Of the Gods.
That's the ancient alien origin thing. That he goes through all those comps. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I am how I am, because my brother was living away from home when that came out. I was very young.
Eric Von Doniken, sorry, I think I said it wrong.
And he came home and he took me to see that movie. And we're
the Chariots of the Gods?
Yeah. Huh. And we're like the only ones in the theater.
Not many people saw it. Yeah. Not back then.
And he gave me like $2 to go up and get something at the concession stand. And the guy working there was probably 16, but he seemed like he was 48. And I was looking to see what I wanted, and he goes, "Hey, kid, you can have anything you want. You're the only person here." And so I just got a whole bunch of stuff, and he just gave it to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's shaping the future right there.
And see, a lot of my personality was shaped in that theater in Roxana.
Yeah.
I don't think you know the story, Wheels. These guys do. But when I was in about 6th grade, we had every Saturday we would go to the matinee, and you would just buy season tickets for it. And in the middle of the movie, they'd stop and have an intermission, and they would play games. And I was terrified of playing games. Like, I don't like being the center of attention now. I really didn't like being the center of attention when I was a kid. But they somehow got me. So I go up on stage, and again, some 16-year-old had a banana in a sock. And we were playing What's in the Sock. And he was holding the banana exactly where you think he's holding the banana.
Oh, no.
It's like sexual abuse.
Now he would be in big trouble for that.
Yeah. So I'm like, I had to like grab the banana because that's the whole game. And I'm like, it's a banana. He's like, are you sure? Don't you want to take another feel of that one? And so I'm humiliated. Everyone's dying. So I go back to my seat. And then after that, because I didn't want to go anymore, but my mom and dad made me. But after that, I could not relax because all I could think of is, when are these friggin' lights coming on, and when is that banana kid coming back out? And so it just ruined my movie-going experience.
I mean, it sounds pretty traumatic, honestly.
It really, really was. Like, it's bad enough if it just happened with a neighbor, but happening in front of 300 6th graders.
Well, and considering the time, that stuff happened all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, that was normal to do weird things like that.
Yeah, there was zero woke.
No.
Zero.
No.
You know what, dude? That's a little over the top.
Yeah, I'm watching. So this is not in any way like a spoiler or anything, but I'm watching the new show, Welcome to Derry, the prequel series. and how crappy kids were to each other in the 60s in school and how you just got away with it. It's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just whatever, oh, he's on the football team. It's okay. He's a good kid. He's just having fun. Like, no, you're bullying that little guy. Like, dude, that's not okay.
Yeah, I wonder if it's anything like that today, or if maybe it's more just online bullying and less.
I don't know.
Punching people in the hallway.
Yeah, it's a great question. I know it's got to be less than it was, because now there are actually some consequences for it. But I mean, the schools can only handle something that's happening in the school. If it's happening outside of it, it's just outside their.
Good,
area.
Rich.
I mean, this wasn't at a school, but the thing that just popped into my head when you said, like, oh, can it still be like this today is, you guys remember the swimmer Brock Turner?
Yeah. Wow.
And that whole thing.
The Stanford swimmer.
Yeah, who sexually assaulted
out of rape
a young lady.
charges.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
just like, well, think of how we're ruining his life. If we hold this kid accountable, his life is going to be ruined.
I forget
And it's like, well, what about her life?
Yeah, and I forget the name of the kid, so I apologize. You could probably figure it out if you search the story. But it happened in Stillwater, Oklahoma. High school age kid, 17, turned 18, who was accused of like multiple sexual assaults and rapes and pled guilty, and he was supposed to get 70 years. And then a judge got a call from somebody apparently at the school, because his dad used to coach football at the school. And then they changed it from him being charged as an adult to being a minor. And he ended up getting like 150 hours of community service.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? How do you, like, if a guy admits that, guess what he's going to do again if you don't make him pay the price for it? If he gets away with those things, what do you think he's going to do?
Go ahead, Rich.
I mean, it's back to the conversation in the first hour about, like, you reach this status in life and it's like, well, I'm better than everyone and I don't have to face consequences anymore. And we as a society, I know I feel pretty helpless watching stuff like that happen, because the people in charge don't seem interested in making that any better. They only seem interested in just driving that point home further and further and letting us know more and more, like, yeah, we are above you. Deal with it. If we have a problem, we can fix it in the snap of our fingers. You guys are just, good luck eating tomorrow. Have fun.
Yeah, so
I wonder why.
That kid's name, if you want to look it up, is Jesse Mack Butler. Is the name of the kid that was charged. He was 17 when the crimes occurred and 18 now. And again, you can look at the outline of it. It's exactly what I laid out.
I wonder why it seems that societies in the past, including our own at different times, have risen up because of the imbalance between the ruling class and the serf class, basically. And we all bitch a lot, and we moan a lot, and we talk to each other about it, but things seem pretty bad now when it comes to that, and we don't seem to be really pushing it like we did in the past.
From Cardinals Nation to Chiefs Kingdom, from the Zoo to Enterprise Center, St. Louis turns to the Gas House Gang for the biggest stories in sports.
The Gas House Gang on KMOX.
It's must-listen radio at noon, hosted by Tom Ackerman, Chris Ranchi, Mike Claiborne, and Bernie Miklasz. Four of the most informed and trusted voices in St. Louis sports. The Gas House Gang, weekdays at noon on 104.1 FM and 1120 AM. KMOX.
This is Justin Brown with Krenz Financial Group. For over 6 decades, we've helped St. Louis families and businesses plan with purpose and live with confidence. Is your financial advisor proactive or reactive? If your strategy or service feels stagnant or misaligned, it may be time for a change. Our defined, proactive approach to investments and communication keeps you informed and prepared for what's ahead. Let's talk about what makes us different and how a more engaged advisor can help you reach your goals. Your goals, our mission. Start today at kfgadvisors.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services. Member FINRA/SIPC. Krenz Financial Group is not a broker-dealer.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got some issues out there this afternoon. Downtown, it's road work both directions. There's emergency repair work that started on Saturday. It's going to run through Thursday. That's eastbound 5570 just past 64. That's backed up to the Poplar Street Bridge eastbound. And then this morning they shut down the main line. That's the left lanes westbound 64 between 70 and the Poplars. So westbound 64 is backed up at 25th Street, and now there's a crash there. So really tough going both ways, unfortunately. It's going to be that way for the next few days. We got a crash, a couple of them. Westbound 44, one west of Lindbergh, one at the end of the ramp on the South C70. Westbound 44 is jammed at about Big Bend, at least the right lanes. Westbound 30 in House Springs, there's a crash, a little bit of a backup there. Westbound 70 on the brakes from Riverview out through Jennings Station, and there's a little backup eastbound 70 east of Mid Rivers. Westbound 64, Hampton out to McCausland's on the brakes. It's slow. Spady to 270 from Topgolf, midway out through the valley, but after that, you're okay. South C70 north of Olive, all the way down through 44 is pretty busy at this time. I'm Roger Brand at the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
Discover the life you want at Fairwinds River's Edge in St. Charles. We deliver a life-enhancing environment that nourishes the mind, body, and spirit as residents lean into joy and embrace purpose in a new age of senior living. Simply put, we have your back so you can put your best foot forward. Join us Wednesday, December 3rd for our holiday craft fair, followed by happy hour with BB Boomers. Visit Fairwinds River's Edge on Facebook to learn more.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at youridoc.com.
This November, the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra presents Benjamin Britten's War Requiem, a powerful, haunting piece that reflects on war and peace across generations. Led by music director Stéphane Deneuve, the SLSO and St. Louis Symphony Chorus are joined by world-renowned vocalists and the St. Louis Children's Choirs. November 7th and 9th. Tickets at slso.org.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Missouri can count on.
For 100 years, KMOX has been part of St. Louis. Now, Together Credit Union is helping celebrate that legacy. Starting in November, visit any Together Credit Union branch to pick up a KMOX 100th anniversary commemorative ornament for just $5 while supplies last. Each ornament supports Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis. Together Credit Union, honoring 100 years of KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, and Children's Miracle Network of Greater St. Louis, improving the health of all children.
The countdown to kickoff starts here. Friday's focus on Mizzou, the Chiefs, and the NFL, only on KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by the Penn Mutual Life Insurance Company, pennmutual.com/STL. Times are always changing, but Penn Mutual stands the test of time. The 178-year-old young mutual company is leading the way in life insurance. Ask your independent advisor or go to pennmutual.com/STL.
Now I'm mad at that sponsor. I hate when people do that. I'm 61 years young. Why don't you go out and practice falling down? Idiot. Dave like that. David's
only because I fell.
Dave, it's the heat. It was 84 degrees in here until Wheels shut the curtains.
The heat is making us cranky.
I understand that.
Cranky.
There were days at the Channel 2 studio where it could be 45 degrees. Which I could tolerate.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple of days where the AC everything shut down. It got up to like 99 degrees.
Oh, because you guys got all the lights and everything, yeah.
Yeah, and I was in, the weather center's in the studio, and I was in my T-shirt, not doing the weather, but preparing the weather. It was just pouring off. You had fans going, but just blowing around hot air.
Yeah. I've always liked my studio really chilly.
Yeah, me too.
So
I can do that.
We are giving away AC/DC tickets all week long. Typically, it's going to be between 1 and 3 p.m., but we went a little late today, so you get to win now. The AC/DC is coming September 8th of 2026 at America's Center. 5 winners total. Each winner will receive a pair of AC/DC tickets. This is provided by Live Nation. So what do you say, Rage caller number 5?
Sounds good to me.
314-436-7900 or toll free from anywhere, 800-925-1120. Give us a call for your chance to win AC/DC tickets. Dave, how was Halloween?
Halloween's fine, but I know you stepped on one advertiser already. Let's not step on another one. The weather's from the Saliga Heating and
that's
Cooling
right.
Weather Center.
You've got so many sponsors.
I know, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'm not making a dime.
Saliga was just out at my house today, so
good.
Hello to them. How are we looking for the week? A little warmer, right?
There's two big things coming. First of all, average high this time of year is 60, average low is 40. So kind of keep that in mind. Tomorrow, we're like 64 right now. 71 for the high tomorrow. Hottest part of the day with the time change now is around 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Only 55 for the low tomorrow night. Wednesday, 73 degrees for the high.
Wow.
Well above average. 69 for the high on Thursday. Full moon is Wednesday night, beaver moon. And then a cold front comes in probably sometime Friday night. And that is going to usher in the northwest flow. Coldest air by far so far this season coming in. It's a gradual cool down. Saturday, the high 61. Sunday, the high 51. So most of the afternoon in the 40s, and a hard freeze for everybody, a widespread hard freeze late Sunday night into Monday morning. So plan ahead. If you got some tender vegetation still going, it's time to put it to bed.
It's that time. Wow.
It
Dave,
is that time.
Did October go as fast for you as it did for us?
It seems like every month is going by fast now, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Boy, when I was working, it was slow.
Yeah.
Now that I'm having a good time, it's fast.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what made time go faster for me is when I started paying bills. When you started getting like...
Oh, man, rent's due again.
Yes.
Interesting.
And you're just like, are you kidding?
Time is shrinking.
Are you serious?
There are bills that roll in where it's like, wait a minute, I just paid
Already?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Headlines, Rach?
Brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily by using the Schnucks Rewards app. Okay, according to a new study by Stanford medicine scientists, Americans would be healthier without daylight savings time because it affects our circadian rhythms and, in turn, our health throughout the entire country. So, the circadian rhythm is the body's clock, which regulates many of our physiological processes, and that all gets thrown off with daylight savings.
Yeah.
So, as you guys know, I'm really worried about getting Alzheimer's, and I read everything I see, and I shouldn't even say things like this. I don't know all of it, but circadian rhythms have a lot to do with people developing dementia.
Interesting.
And I don't know which is better, which is worse, when to go to bed, how long to sleep, that kind of stuff. But as someone who has a genetic marker for that, quit screwing with my circadian rhythms.
Yeah. Janice's mom, who did have dementia for a number of years before she passed away, once it started to get dark, I mean, just a little bit, it was like the end of the world.
Oh, sundowning. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
My dad was like that. My dad went through several phases of dementia, and the worst was when he was very combative and very paranoid, and you guys are trying to take my money and seeing things. But yeah, 5 o'clock like clockwork, boy, it would hit. And then he went into this sort of sweet, happy fog. And then his doctors in the nursing home gave him Aricept, which brought him back just enough to make him miserable. And you know me, I'm not very confrontational, but I went toe-to-toe with this doctor who was taking care of a whole nursing home, and you could just tell, like, he knew better, shut up, and I basically threatened him.
Yeah.
Like, threatened him. Like, we're not going to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Millennials are almost matching Gen Z shot for shot when it comes to Botox. So Botox used to be a whisper topic, something, you kind of didn't want people to know you were doing. Now it's something people are openly talking about with their friends, their colleagues on social media. So Gen Z is leading the charge with about 39% of all of these neurotoxin procedures in the past year, but millennials are gaining ground, and we are now up to 35% of these procedures. More of Gen Z is hopping on the trend than you would expect to. 6% of patients in the past year were born after 1997.
Pay no attention to that noise.
Is it some sort of dragon?
That's a dragon.
That's quite
It's
a
a drone.
sound.
Yeah, I know that is. That could be a number of things. Let your imagination go.
Yeah.
So the Trump administration is going to partially fund SNAP. I mean, all last week we're talking about SNAP is going away on November 1st. What's going to happen? Well, as we know, some federal judges ordered the Trump administration to dip into some emergency funds to partially fund SNAP. And over the weekend, it's been revealed like, okay, we're doing this. We're moving forward with this. But using those emergency funds could take a few weeks to up to several months. So it's not like we've saved the day. People are still going to go hungry. So please keep this in mind. Next time you're going shopping, next time you're, thinking about donating, consider donating to a local food bank, such as our friends at Operation Research. But honestly, I just want you to make sure someone hungry is getting something to eat. Donate to any food bank.
Yeah, we're only
please.
about 10 days away from Operation Food Surge kicking off for 2026 with DGS.
According to a recent poll conducted by ABC News, The Washington Post, and Ipsos, 2/3 of Americans believe the country is on the wrong track. So there is a partisan divide there. It's mostly Democrats and independents being pessimistic about the direction we're going when you compare them to Republicans. But both political parties are perceived as out of touch with the concerns of most Americans. But a higher percentage of respondents view the Democratic Party as being more out of touch. Thought that was just an interesting stat. The survey included about 2,700 adults and was conducted late last month.
What if that sound was Janice trying to get Dave's attention?
You know what we're doing, and it kind of needs an explanation. We're redoing the 2 bathrooms upstairs, but not a complete redo, putting in a new vanity, putting in new toilets, putting in smart toilets.
Whoa,
and I got to tell you.
What do those do?
Got a bidet, Dave?
Yeah, they're wonderful. They are.
It's got the heated seat.
It's got the heated seat. It opens up as you walk into the
Yeah,
bathroom.
those are nice.
And it sprays your private parts when you want it to.
I think we might be paying Dave too much for these hits.
He actually got one of those gold toilets that they were
Yeah.
selling.
He's got heated golden toilets being put in right now.
He impressed me. He impressed me with 2 bathrooms upstairs.
Nice warm fan, drying fan. That's what that noise is.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want a smart toilet.
Wheels, I got to tell you, if you were to try one, you would say, that's in the budget. I got to put that in the budget.
I don't know.
You don't want your nether reasons washed off afterwards?
I don't even like wind blowing in there.
Oh, that's
a good
right.
point. You're talking to the wrong guy.
Yeah.
You're okay with it blowing out, but you don't
Well,
want it
yeah,
blowing
that's
in.
natural.
As God intended.
Yes, exactly right. It's exhaust.
So reports are indicating that Representative Nancy Pelosi from California may not seek re-election in 2026. She is 85 years old.
Yeah, that shouldn't even be an option.
I know. And
Sorry.
sources are suggesting that she might announce her retirement after the elections tomorrow.
We've all said this before, but what is it about these people that they're unlike us, that when you reach that age, you want to spend time with your family? You want to see your grandkids.
They're off right now. They don't have to. They have
Well,
plenty
that's
of
a good
time
point.
to
I
spend
think
with
that's
their
the thing.
family.
I think
worked
Rach is
14 days since July.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
you're right.
I think that's it. I think it's
Best
because
of both worlds.
they
Why
don't
would you
have
give
a
up a
9 to
gig
5.
like that?
Yeah, they don't have a 9 to 5, and they keep making money by being in those positions.
Guess you're right.
Final story for you guys. This morning, there was no St. Louis Post-Dispatch delivery in the metro area because the Post-Dispatch has eliminated its Monday edition, and that started today. There's also 2 national dailies that have stopped doing home delivery on Mondays as well, the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times. I believe this is because they use the same distributor as the Post-Dispatch. So the New York Times is saying, like, yeah, you're going to get your Monday edition on Tuesday, but I mean, just a mark of a change in the media landscape in the St. Louis area.
Man, when I was a kid, probably 7th grade, 8th grade, I forget when you do that, but my buddy Brad Wells had a paper route, and every now and then I would help him. And one time he gave me a $5 bill. And I was like, oh, my God.
Gold.
Getting a hooker. You kidding me? Like,
that was your first idea.
Oh, yeah. Still would be. Did you guys have paper route, kids?
Yeah. I helped a buddy of mine once. And it's too early in the morning. I'm like, hey, I'm not helping you again, dude.
Never mind.
Thank you, Dave.
You got it.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got backed up traffic downtown, and it's going to be this way for a while because we got road work going on the next several days both ways. This traffic report's a service of Woodlands of Arnold Senior Living. It's eastbound 5570 between 64 and 203 that has it jammed back to the Poplar Street Bridge. That stuff goes on through Thursday afternoon. And westbound 64 is bumper-to-bumper Baugh up past 3rd Street. The left lanes are closed west of there to the bridge, so that's jammed. And boy, that'll be a mess probably tomorrow morning, so be prepared. Westbound 70, backed up traffic around the bend at O'Fallon Park and through the city limits. It is bumper to bumper. Westbound 64 from Kings Highway out to Clayton Skinkers on the brakes. It's slow Lindbergh to 270. Clarkson to about Long Road, but then it's wide open to Wentzville. South 270, 364 all the way to Manchester. Big Bend all the way to Gravois. Westbound 44, they cleared that crash at the South 270 exit. Still working one at Lindbergh, so you're jammed west of Big Bend to that point. Southbound 55, Arsenal down through Bates. You've got the usual delays. And westbound 64 coming through 158 midway to Greenmounts heavy. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
The Woodlands of Arnold campus offers skilled rehab, a beautiful assisted living community, and a secure memory care to keep your loved ones safe. Check us out at rspseniorliving.com. That's rspseniorliving.com.
St. Louis. Fall is finally here and back with everything you love about the holiday season. Trans-Siberian Orchestra brings the Ghosts of Christmas Eve to Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. A portion of the proceeds benefits Sightman Kids at St. Louis Children's Hospital. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Ghosts of Christmas Eve at Enterprise Center, December 23rd at 3 p.m. For more information, KMOX.com/events.
Guys, Kevin Wheeler for Game Day Men's Health. You'll find them at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. And whatever you might be dealing with, maybe just like I was describing before I started working with them, like I always felt like I had heavy legs, right? Just every day, like, just trudging around. I found out that I was low on testosterone, and we've worked on that with the TRT, the testosterone replacement therapy. And I feel like I did 10, 12 years ago. It works. I'm telling you, no matter what you need. Now, maybe you have different needs, but one thing you got to understand is Game Day knows that you're busy. They respect your time. So in an hour, they can get test results, full consultation, all of it done. So you don't have to take a half day off work or anything like that. And they don't have to cut corners to do it. They have an in-house state-of-the-art lab, efficient processes. You've got room for the full consultation with everything else that's going on in there. So you will walk out of there with a plan after an hour. And that includes things like TRT, of course, peptides, but that also includes medical weight loss. They've got their own pharmacy now, so that allows them to do everything that everybody else does, and they can do it right there in that same time window that I'm talking about. So no matter what you're looking to do, ED treatments, testosterone therapy, medical weight loss, they've got you covered. So do yourself a favor. Check out GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get back to the top of your game with Game Day Men's Health.
Want to build income without a second job? Learn how real estate investing can help you create extra income one step at a time with Lifestyles Unlimited. Text radio to 88007. That's RADIO to 88007. Presented by Lifestyles Unlimited.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
To get this special radio offer, go to leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today and get up to 30% off. That's leaffilter.com/deal for up to 30% off. leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Tell you guys about Michael's Flooring Outlet, 25 years together. I'm not sure that anyone has ever beat that. Having a client running that long, that successfully. It's all about Mike. It's not about me. All I do is deliver the message. Mike is just a cool guy. He really is. Super into rock and roll, super into Kiss. I met Ace Frehley with him one time. He's a good dude. I remember when I first met him, and he said, look, here's the deal. I wasn't going to be a doctor. I wasn't going to be a lawyer. I wanted to go into a business that was simple. And he said, Dave, the flooring business is simple. I buy it at this much. I mark it up. I sell it to you at that much. There's, this many major lines. There are this many, lines within them, the budget, the entry, the middle, the high end. And it's not that difficult. So I don't make it difficult on people. I make it really, really simple. So if you like simple, if you like saving money, if you like getting good products, you can't do better than Michael's Flooring Outlet. Find him at michaelsflooringoutlet.com. I didn't know what that was.
I accidentally hit the keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought that was like you're taking out a word.
I did too. I didn't remember any baddies. Coming up at the top of the hour, Skip can't be here, but we're going to do Sweet 16, but actually we're doing 2 Elite Eights.
Oh.
Did you not get this yet?
No.
I might have forgotten that. He doesn't do it anyway, so I don't prioritize telling him.
I am mad at both of you.
I don't think you should be. I think there's one of us you should not be mad at.
Well, you got to tell him what it is so he cannot do it. It's the Elite Eight of the best representation of Satan.
Oh.
And the best representation of God.
All right.
So.
I like it. In entertainment.
No, in life.
In your personal life.
In the real world.
How has Satan revealed himself to you?
Yeah, you haven't met God yet? That's weird.
Yeah.
Andrew, you were hungover yesterday?
Yeah, I don't recommend it. I'm still going to give it a 2 out of 10 on the rating scale because then you get to complain about being hungover all day. You could be like, oh, I'm so hungover.
What did you do Saturday?
Saturday, I drank a bunch of White Claws, which I'd never had before. But they are quite delicious.
Did you have to drink quite a few of those to get pretty drunk?
You sure do, Dave. I also am an extremely a lightweight. It takes very because I'm just not a drinker. I really don't drink often. I drink, I drink to an amount once a year, once every couple of years. And the problem is that it's sort of like the champagne problem because I also love champagne.
Me too.
Where it's got so much sugar in it and it's so sweet and delicious and delightful that is I have heard that's what gives you the more serious hangover in the morning. I don't know how true that is. But that's what I've always heard.
Feels true.
It feels true. It feels true on the Sunday morning, I'll tell you that.
So, Kev, are you as mad at the airlines as I am at you?
Dude, more. So, have you guys noticed I'm booking flights for the holidays, not for me, but for my kid, and you go to sign up, right? You go get the price, and then you go, this ticket for this flight is this many dollars. And you're like, all right, I'll spend that many dollars. And you start to go through, and it's like, here, select your seats. By the way, it costs you at least $20 to pick a seat. Why is that not just included in the cost? Why am I getting separate prices? Why do I have to pay for a seat when I'm already agreeing that I'll pay for this first price? This is going to be $400. Awesome, I'm going to pay $400. You get to the seat selection, and it's like every seat is $20, $30, $50, depending on the seat. Why can't you just have me pay to upgrade for good ones, but the main one gets me a seat? Idiots. Hate it.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call the Lance Story Law Firm today and let us get between you and the IRS. We'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney team who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local.